across Southern California than we saw yesterday. That was a bit of an outlier. We don't typically see winds up to 100 miles an hour.
Fox meteorologist Adam Klotz says wind gusts are down to 30 to 50 miles per hour in some areas, but deadly fires have destroyed more than 2,000 homes, businesses, and other structures in the L.A. region.
Here in Malibu, we're seeing the effects of the Palisades fire to the east of us, over near Pasadena. That's where the Eaton fire is burning. That fire estimated to be around 10,600 acres. That fire has claimed at least 5 lives, though the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department says that they don't know how many people have actually died.
Fox Business's Max Gordon. President Biden is set to hold a White House meeting on the federal fire response as President-elect Trump accuses the president, the California governor, and the L.A. mayor of incompetence. Mayor Karen Bass urging L.A. residents to heed evacuation warnings and help neighbors.
Bass, who was out of the country when the fires began, was asked by reporters if she felt her leadership has been effective during the fires. She said her focus remains on saving lives and homes.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. The NBA just postponing tonight's Lakers home game against the Hornets. The second day a game is called off in downtown L.A. after an NHL postponement yesterday. A federal judge is rejecting a federal effort to protect transgender students from discrimination.
A federal district court judge in Kentucky is striking down the Biden administration's expansion of Title IX rules to include gender identity. Title IX is a 1970s-era law prohibiting sex discrimination in education, but Judge Danny Reeves says the expansion was fatally tainted.
Fox's Jared Halpern. More than 24 Republican-led states were challenging the rule. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Slick roads and delays. A sunny sky at the moment, 24 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:02. That's what you can expect in Friday evening's commute with snow moving in. Tara Hastings is a forecaster at Wish TV. She says it will start late in the morning and then taper off likely by midnight.
The wind is not going to be as bad as what we saw with the last system as well, so it shouldn't create too much in the way of blowing and drifting snow.
She says a winter weather advisory will be in effect starting Friday morning with more snow expected Sunday into Monday. If you need to get gas today, Gas Buddy says the statewide average is $3.03 a gallon. That's a 12-cent drop from this time last week. A central Indiana police officer involved in a crash that killed a woman. Ryan Hedrick reports.
The crash happened Wednesday night in Kokomo. The officer was driving his marked car on the city's east side when a man pulled in front of him, causing the officer to swerve and then collide with the car on the passenger side.
During the course of the investigation, troopers were able to develop probable cause to believe Mr. Bergeson was under the influence. Mr. Bergeson was transported to a nearby hospital for a certified test.
State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass says they'll continue to look into this. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A woman from Lafayette decided to start making and selling her own lampshades. Ashley Barclay tells Inside Indiana Business she got help from a man named Brandon Roger with the organization Score Indianapolis.
And he questioned me a lot, just based on the things that I was telling him. Ashley, is this a hobby or are you ready to make it a business?
And she realized she was ready. She was featured in the trade publication Designers Today back in August. Consecutive win number 5 for the Indiana Hoosier men's basketball team was Wednesday night over USC, 82-69. They're 13-3 on the year now. Their next game is Saturday night against Iowa at 8 o'clock. Pre-game coverage starts at 7 right here on 93 WIBC. The IU women's basketball team also won Wednesday night over Northwestern. WIBC News Time, 3:04, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Hey, Casey, did you know that the Social Security Trust Fund is expected to run out of money in less than 10 years?
Rob, that can't possibly be true.
Oh, it is. According to Barron's, an average couple could lose up to $16,500 every year in Social Security income.
Multiply that by 10 or 20 years, and it could easily add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's why it's critical you have the right strategy to file for Social Security.
Discover how you could wring every nickel out of your benefits with a free customized Social Security analysis.
It's from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. He's our retirement guy, too. We trust Bill, and so can you.
If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis now by calling
317-932-9912. That's 317-932-9912.
Bill Demery, 317-932-9912.
WIBC traffic at 3:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, eastbound 70 slow from Harding to Meridian, Illinois, and the northeast side eastbound 465. Just a little bit slow right now. Allisonville Road over to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance. With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're really doing this again. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Allison, please. Ooh. Play the alert.
I gotta get the bread and milk.
Oh, come on!
Warning.
Really?
Warning. They said snow!
Weather alert.
I gotta get the bread and milk.
Snow is coming to Indy.
I gotta get the bread and milk! Oh my God!
We're doing this again?
Yeah, we're doing it again.
Joining us on the hotline, the person we blame for this mess.
Oh.
Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good going, Tara. Now we got more snow coming into Indy.
Come on.
Yeah, listen, you guys weren't behaving. You made these ridiculous AI things with Allison, so you guys get more. You get more snow.
Hey, you keep up that attitude. There may be a video of you and Marcus. Just understand that right now, okay? All right. So now it's my understanding, Tara, that what is supposed to happen tomorrow is not going to be anywhere near as nasty as earlier in the week, but we're going to get a little something, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So we're going to see some more snow move in. This is going to be kind of like a longer duration event where it starts shortly after morning commute-ish. I think we'll have maybe a little light snow, and then it'll continue all day long. It'll be light, maybe moderate times, and could pick up right around the evening commute. So I think we could see some slick spots, and impacts are going to be high, right? On Sunday, we saw a ridiculous amount of snow, but it was a Sunday. Many people, relaxing, chilling at home, right? This is going to be during the evening commute, and so I think it's going to be impactful for more people out there.
When you say people, what about people that might have a quick trip out of town on an airline?
Yeah. Like Nige tomorrow.
In mid to late afternoon. I'm just hypothesizing here.
Hypothesizing, right?
You to predict. I know you can't do the weather delays in terms of airports, but like you said, it's not going to be anywhere near as bad as last week, right?
That is correct. So going about 1 to 3 inches, maybe here in the metro area, maybe about 3 to 4 inches, even closer to 5 inches the farther south you go. So around the I-70 corridor, probably going to get 2, 3, maybe 4 inches in some spots. But then the farther south you go, like Bloomington, Bedford, Columbus, those areas probably get maybe about 4, maybe 5 inches of snowfall. But this system is huge. So, Nigel, I'm not sure where you're going here, but we could see...
Well, I'm going to the airport.
Well, I know that. But I mean, like, where are you flying to?
South,
are you going, like...
South.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's great.
He's going to Whiteland, Tara. He's got a flight to Whiteland, Indiana.
I'm not flying to Bloomington. I'm just saying, do you think the airport, the conditions there are around mid to late afternoon?
He's flying to Florida. Why are we dancing around this? You're going to Florida, and I hope you're delayed. Tara, please tell me his flight's delayed. Come on, I'm rooting for it.
I'm rooting for it, too. I got you. Well, here's the deal, though. This storm is going to produce some ice and some incredibly higher amounts of snow south of us. So like Kentucky, Tennessee, even like Arkansas is going to see almost a half a foot of snow possible. And then even ice, too. So it's going to be a hot mess farther south.
Now, I heard you mention earlier morning drive. What can we expect in morning drive tomorrow? Because let's be honest, people drive like idiots when it's nice out. When there's a little bit of rain or a little bit of snow or ice, it just ramps it up. So what are we looking at here?
Right, because I do traffic for a couple of hours on daybreak in the morning, and yes, sometimes I find it absolutely absurd. The roads are fine, and people get in wrecks. So, yeah, I think we'll see the snow beginning in the southwestern part of the state, and then it'll gradually move northward later in the morning. There is a chance we could, squeak by here early on with maybe dry conditions, but I think in general we're going to get possibly some light snow to start off in the morning. And this system is not going to bring us any freezing rain or any kind of rain or anything like that. This is going to be all snow for the entire event.
Okay, so any chance at all of warmer temperatures making their way through after this little snow event? Because we've had snow this week. This morning, I think it was -1 in the early morning hours. It's going to be even colder, I think, tomorrow. What are we looking at?
Well, describe warm. Relatively warm speaking. I mean, we're going to hit 32 on Sunday. Some people think that may be shorts weather. Okay?
You know what? To my youngest who goes to high school, it's always shorts weather in the winter, and in the summer, it's always hoodie weather. It's the total opposite.
It's bizarre, right?
Right.
So strange. I don't understand it, but whatever. Yeah, so 32 is about the warmest that I have in the 7-day forecast. I think it's Tuesday that we have a high of 18. And lows in the single digits. So, I mean, this snow is going to be around for a while.
All right, so one more time, Tara Hastings, meteorologist for Wish TV. Give us a little timeline of tomorrow and how much snow can we expect by Saturday?
All righty. Okay, so we will see the snow beginning late morning here, I think, across parts of central Indiana. And then that snow will continue pretty much throughout the entire day. Could be light to moderate at times, right around the evening commute. Could create some tricky travel conditions for you. We're going with about 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. A little bit farther southward, could pick up maybe 3 to 5 inches. Line from Bloomington, Bedford, Columbus, and point southward. And I think we'll begin to see things kind of taper off by 10 p.m. and then should be out of here by midnight.
Are you a bread and milk person, Tara? Do you freak out and go to the grocery store and panic buy?
No. Listen, the only reason why I buy bread and milk is because of my children and eggs. I don't even eat eggs, but my family eats all that. I am more of the kind of person that I need salty snacks and make sure that I always have some wine, some bourbon, that kind of stuff around.
Very good. I like that.
Gotta get the wine and bourbon.
Gotta get the wine and bourbon. Where can we get more coverage of this little snow band coming through? Where can we see the latest?
All right. You can always on my social channels, Met Tara Hastings, abbreviation for meteorologist, on the X platform, also on Instagram, and then meteorologist Tara Hastings on Facebook. And as always, Wish TV and wishtv.com.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV, you are a rock star. Thank you, Tara.
You betcha.
You're just minutes away from another severe weather update. Brought to you by Chapman Heating and Air Conditioning.
This may be a hot take for some. This may be a controversial opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to put myself out there.
Go ahead.
Snow sucks.
Oh, well, I think you're living in the wrong state for that hot take.
Oh, man, I'm just over it already. Hey, if you need some good news, right? If maybe the news cycle of fires and presidential funerals and all that kind of stuff has got you bummed out, how about some good news? Here's a reason for you to drink tonight, Nige.
Okay.
Happy 58th birthday to Dave Matthews.
No kidding.
The Dave Matthews Band.
Wow.
58 years old.
Creeping up on the big 6-0. Dave. Man, I've probably been to 10 Dave shows, half of which it was because I was with a chick.
Exactly.
But I still like the guy. I still like his
He's
music.
talented, super talented. There's no doubt that he's not an amazing musician.
But 5 back in the day in my 20s, as going with friends, going with dudes, But 5 is fine. 10, at least half better be because of a woman. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. And sometimes you get the concert of Dave Matthews where it's hit after hit after hit. And then sometimes you get like 20 minutes of a jam band instrumental, and you're just like, boy, I better get lucky tonight because that's
a lot of saxophone.
That's a lot of saxophone. I don't do many impressions. I'm not an impressionist, but I feel comfortable in my Dave Matthews. So I'm going to read one of our YouTube comments as Dave Matthews, okay?
Okay.
Vic Ferrari writes, poor Tara's heart is about to explode.
Okay.
Okay? Here's how Dave Matthews would read that. Poor Tara's heart is about to explode. And scene. Thank you.
No.
So, Allison, last time I checked, you were a chick. Do you dig Dave Matthews Band?
Yeah, I like him all right. I don't know if I'd go to a concert, but yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
You've never been to a show?
I haven't.
Okay.
I've got
I'll take you, Nigel.
Okay.
montage here of Dave hits. Now, there's a bunch. There's a lot more than 7, but I put 7 into a montage here. Allison, how many do you think that you have heard of? I've got the over-under set at 5.5.
And we have 7 total?
Yes.
I think it's under.
Under 5.5. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's see how many songs Allison has heard of. We're going on the honor system.
Sure.
Just tell us if you've heard it. Here we go.
Yes.
Okay. There's one.
Great impression. Yes.
Okay. 3 for 3.
I think so, yes.
4.
No.
This is Crush. Okay. 4 to 1.
I don't think so. Yes. I think so, yeah.
Okay. So 5. 5 was the number. You went over. No, you went under. I'm sorry. 5.5 was the line, so you just missed it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Sorry,
there you go.
Dave.
Reason to drink tonight, Dave Matthews Band. Dave Matthews celebrating his 58th birthday.
Introduce Matt Bear in Dave Matthews' voice, please.
Okay, here we go. He's gotta look at traffic. Hee-haw, hee-haw, here's Matt Bear.
Couldn't do it any better. Looking at northbound 6570 after Washington Street. After Washington Street crash blocking the right shoulder, causing stop-and-go traffic through the south split. Eastbound 70 also stop-and-go right now because of that crash. West Street into the south split. Looking at the southeast side, crash eastbound at 74. This is before Acton Road. Left lane is blocked. No delay there. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for, quote, today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Nigel, you and I got a big announcement coming up at 4:35.
Let's do it.
4:35, big fun announcement. You guys are going to dig it. Make sure you stick around for it. 26 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Putting up with lousy well water. You just can't find anybody better than the pros at C&J. Great systems and great people, too. Call C&J at 317-852-WELL.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man. High five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Up top, bike shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years!
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five!
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
For all your home's heating, plumbing, and drain needs, remember the man for all seasons. Chapman. Furnace tune-ups right now, only $89. Schedule online today at chapmanheating.com. That's chapmanheating.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So Hammer playoff football the next, 5 nights in a row, college and NFL?
Oh, yeah, this is an amazing stretch. College football playoffs tonight and tomorrow. Then the NFL playoffs get going. We've got action every single night, starting tonight through Monday night. Notre Dame fans, this is it. Big one tonight. The Irish, Penn State down in Miami. Notre Dame is still a favorite, a slight favorite against Penn State.
I'm looking at 1.5 right now.
It was 2.5. So Penn State bets have come in. So that means a lot of bettors think that Penn State was the play there, but we shall see what happens. But I'm excited, man. This is a fun time if you're a Notre Dame fan, and the matchup is good. 2 teams that play defense, 2 pretty good quarterbacks. I'm looking forward to this game tonight, and I got to be honest, the war on social media is being won by Penn State right now. They're coming up with the more clever memes and the more funny Photoshop and AI things. Like, I've seen so many pictures of Rudy wearing a Penn State jacket.
Of course, how original.
Right.
I will say our news guy, Harrison Silcox, he could barely speak in the back office in the break room earlier. He's a huge Notre Dame guy. He wouldn't even talk to me. Couldn't even look me in the eye.
It's like he's playing tonight.
It really is.
He's locked in.
It really is. And then, of course, guys like Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey show, who's
right
on your betting podcast.
Right. Yep. He's a big
Notre
domer.
Dame. And you are more you're betting this game with your head and not your passionate heart. Right?
I'm rooting for Notre Dame because,
sure,
state of Indiana. But, I'm not super fanboy here, but I think Notre Dame wins this thing tonight. I do. I think they're playing better ball. That was my bet on the Degenerates Next Door podcast. And
did that drop yet? Is that? Oh,
that
was last week. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
this past Tuesday.
A couple days ago.
This past Tuesday was the college football playoffs. The new one for the NFL playoffs out right now. So anywhere you guys get your podcast, check out the Degenerates Next Door, brought to you by statfactory.io. This is a website where they give you all of the betting information, and you can put it side by side and do your own algorithms and stuff. So it's really cool. Check it out. They got a free preview going. But yeah, Penn State's winning the battle on social media. I know our pal Christina over at Hoagies and Hops. She is a Penn State product.
Yeah, Philly, yeah.
She's got a little viewing party with live music at Hoagies and Hops tonight. Now, keep in mind, this is a Penn State party. So if you're a Notre Dame fan, you can go get an awesome sub, but maybe you go watch that at home because you're not going to like that atmosphere.
You're going to love the Hoagies. You're going to hate the atmosphere if you're a Notre Dame fan.
I mean, she's legit, man. She's in on the Eagles and the Phillies, and I think she is an alum of Penn State. So that's what's going on. But this brings us to a question. We talked about Rudy a little bit earlier. He's in all the memes, right? Penn State fans are saying, Rudy couldn't even make our team as a walk-on. He walked on Notre Dame and played. Who's a bigger bum in a movie? And I got 3 choices for you. Okay, just these 3 choices. We're going to start with Rudy's dad in the movie. So not only does he always crap on his son, try to squash his dreams.
Dream crusher. Yep.
He runs this unsafe factory where poor Rudy's only friend in the world gets killed. I'm sure there's a ton of OSHA violations in that place. And then after sticking it to him and actually making the Notre Dame team, getting into school, getting on the field, the old man goes to the game with his family, mind you, looks around and says this.
This is the most beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen.
Not your wife, not your kids. Your other sons are there with you, and you're saying the football game is the most beautiful thing these eyes have ever seen. What a bum.
That's high on bum level.
Right. Very
for sure.
Bum-like. Jenny Gump, right? Jenny Gump, who was just an awful, awful succubus.
Forrest
Gump's
longtime
love interest, correct.
Okay.
You know how Forrest felt about Jenny. He loved Jenny, and he would always go back. But this is the part that broke me, right? Girls can be mean to guys all the time, but the part that broke me was after Forrest's mom died. After all the crap that he's went through, with Jenny, fighting Black Panthers and doing all this other crap, after his mom died, and Forrest was the most sad he's been, the most vulnerable he's been.
Awful.
She saw that as the perfect time to come back into his life. Oh, like peas and carrots again. Here comes Jenny. She just wanted to screw him over one more time at his most vulnerable level. She went there. She had a quick bang with him, and then she left and left him heartbroken.
I was going to say screw him over in the most literal of terms.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you flash forward about 5 years later. Surprise, surprise, out of left field, here comes Jenny with what may be an AIDS baby. We don't know. We think she died of AIDS in the movie. She drops off this kid to Forrest.
Know that.
It's clearly his kid, but her plan is, well, I'm about to die. You take care of it now. Like, even from the crypt, she's screwing over Forrest.
Wait, when you put it like that, I remember watching that movie when it first came out. I wasn't as sensitive as you are being right now.
And then there's Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka. This bum.
Oh, dear Lord.
Bedridden for years while his old lady is taking care of the family. She's washing clothes like with one of those old washing things where she's got to scrub it by hand. He is in bed. But then Charlie comes home with a chance to go eat some free chocolate. Hot damn, Grandpa's up and he's breakdancing. He's ready to go. You can't get this bum to get a job when the family's about to go into a foreclosure, but a chance to see a candy factory. Oh, he's up and breakdancing now. So those are the three options here. Maybe I'll put this up on Twitter. Who's a bigger bum? Rudy's dad, Jenny Gump, or that no good rotten Grandpa Joe, who also almost got Charlie killed at the chocolate factory itself.
Bubbles everywhere, but not a drop to drink.
Almost took his grandson through the fan that would have cut him to ribbons.
All right, so what are you ranking them right now, or do you have a rank?
For me, it's Grandpa Joe.
I was going to say,
I hate Grandpa Joe.
You've been on a Grandpa Joe rant for years.
But here in just a moment, I'm going to put a poll up on Twitter. Make sure you follow us at Hammer and Nigel. Bigger bum in a movie. Just out of these three candidates, don't be the person that brings somebody else to the conversation. Just these three. Rudy's dad, Jenny Gump, Grandpa Joe. I'm going to put the poll up right now.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-239-1749. 800-239-1749.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal. It saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
Hi, I'm Dwight Freeney. Recently, I had the honor of meeting some incredible kids who are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant here in Indiana. I saw firsthand the importance of saying yes to organ donation. It's not just about saving lives. It's about giving others the chance to grow up, play, and dream big. Signing up as an organ donor is quick and easy. It takes less than a minute, but the difference you can make lasts a lifetime. Learn more at donatelifeindiana.org.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's going to be here soon. Sunshine on Monument Circle right now, 25 degrees, a low of 7 this evening. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:31. Snow will hit Indiana on Friday. Ryan Hedrick reports.
The snow will start mid to late afternoon and continue through right around the time you're driving home, says Tara Hastings, a forecaster at Wish TV.
We're talking about the potential for 1 to maybe up to 3 inches of snowfall here in the metro area. So as that snow begins to fall and begins to accumulate on the roadways, we could see some slick conditions. Obviously, take it slow out there.
Hastings says areas south and east of Indianapolis could see an upwards of 5 inches of snow. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
California continues to get hit hard by wildfires. The Eaton Fire is burning in the hills above Pasadena. Los Angeles County Fire Chief Anthony Maroney says a break in the winds is helping, though.
The Eaton Fire remains estimated to be 10,600 acres, and growth has been significantly stopped.
At least 5 people have died so far. The NFL could move Monday's wild card playoff game out of Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams are supposed to play the Minnesota Vikings at SoFi Stadium. Those fires are on the mind of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
And if you look at what's going on in California, yes, obviously you have an absentee mayor, governor, all these problems. But the Army Corps is responsible for part of those federal lands that are there. And I don't think that they've done what needs to be done in that respect either.
That's why DeSantis says he'll be asking President-elect Donald Trump to allow Florida more autonomy to get projects done. He also stated that a record $805 million will be allocated to water quality projects in the next budget. Kroger and Kentucky have agreed to a settlement on an opioid lawsuit.
The supermarket giant will be paying $110 million to resolve a lawsuit by the state, claiming that its pharmacies help fuel an opioid epidemic by flooding its communities with hundreds of millions of doses of addictive painkillers. Kentucky's Attorney General Russell Coleman alleged that Kroger's pharmacies had been responsible for over 11% of all opioid pills dispensed in the state from 2006 through 2019. Kentucky will use the settlement money to tackle an addiction ravaging its communities.
That's Fox's Hillary Barsky reporting. And Nintendo is teaming up with Lego again. They say a new Game Boy building set will be released in October. The handheld console was released in 1989. It sold over 100 million units worldwide. Specific details on pricing and size of the Game Boy have not yet been announced, though. WIBC News Time, 3:33. Traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Harvey, this African safari is great. We planned just right, so we'll be home for this weekend's Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show out the fairgrounds. Yeah, we were smart to get outfitted for this here safari at the last gun show. Got big game rifles, scopes, custom-loaded bullets, crossbows, knives, even a GPS. Hey, what's that sound? Oh, bet he's after cheetahs. What, Harv? No, he's not with the IRS, you dumb bunny. You hear that? That's a rogue bull elephant, and he's starting to charge. Oh, I missed. What do we do, Harvey? Think outside the box. Well, I did. I just got a bullet out of the box. Give me my crossbow. Well, got him. Yep, he looks pretty sharp in his arrow shirt. What? He's still charging? Well, dang, Harvey, do something. Wow, with only a knife. How did you stop that elephant from charging? Oh, you just cut up his credit cards.
Celebrity voice and imaginary character impersonated. The Indy 1500 Gun, Knife, and Outdoor Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the State Fairgrounds.
Hey, you nip it!
With traffic at 334, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, northbound 6570 downtown. Crash after Washington Street. It's on the right shoulder, causing stop-and-go traffic through the south split. This is also backed up eastbound 70 fiercely from Harding Street to the south split. That's a 7-minute delay now. Inbound 65, stop-and-go traffic 21st to Meridian Penn. And going to Shelbyville from Indianapolis. Crash eastbound 74 before Acton Road. Left lane is closed and traffic slow for about 3/4 of a mile. Northeast side eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Snow will be likely on your Friday. Could see about 1 to 3 inches of accumulation possible. Farther south, 3 to 5 inches of snowfall, but could create some tricky travel, especially for the Friday evening commute. Highs right around 27. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hammer wildfires in Los Angeles continuing to burn, worst they've ever seen in that area of the country. Death toll is right now at 5. I saw a story of one gentleman in his mid-60s that had died holding a fire hose, like a garden hose, trying to put things out. So yeah, it is still in full force in Los Angeles and the surrounding areas.
And listen, right now the victims are the most important thing, but I just can't help but think it didn't have to be this way. The incompetent, and that's the only word I can think of that is perfect in this situation, the incompetent leadership of Los Angeles and ultimately the state of California, they've got a hand in why this is so bad. Let's start with the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. Now, knowing her city was literally burning down, she decided, you know what? It's a good time to go to Africa. I'm going to go to Ghana. I'm going to have this little photo op. By the way, taxpayers paid for that. She spun it off as some sort of goodwill work trip.
Yeah, she was on some presidential delegation or something like that.
But she goes to Ghana knowing damn well what's happening in California. And once she gets, word of what's going on, she stays there for another day. She came back a day later. That is unacceptable when there's a crisis going on. And when she was getting ready to leave the airport in Africa, a reporter from Sky Network, which is like an international group of reporters and journalists, a Sky reporter approached her and was trying to get her to talk and give any sort of feedback on what's going on in her hometown, and she just sat there and didn't say a word.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them?
Say something.
Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
I don't know how you can be the mayor of a city like Los Angeles, one of the biggest in the country, and sit there like a deer in headlights while some foreign reporter badgers you with questions. Get in his face. Right or wrong. I'm saying she's wrong. And he made a great point about, we talked about this yesterday, that mayor cut the funding for the fire department. All those legitimate points. But I'm just saying you are the mayor of Los Angeles, and you just sit there like somebody, a deer in headlights where this guy badgers you? Go back with, look, a-hole, I was on a presidential delegation. It wasn't this bad when I left. We're doing all we can. And I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I'd want to see out of somebody that was running the town I live in. Right or wrong, blame her, don't blame her. Don't just sit there with your tongue in your hand.
Right. Stick up for yourself if you think you were in the right. Like now, as soon as I would have found out about the fires, I would have been like, get me a plane right now. I've got to go. We'll do the photo op another time. Sorry, I've got to go do mayor stuff for the second largest city in the United States. But that's not what she did. So tell us why. Tell us why you decided to stay, do the photo op, get a good night's sleep, and then come home the next day while citizens were dying in a town where you had a hand in removing some of the water. And when she did finally get back to Los Angeles, Nige, she went full Joe Biden. I mean, this woman is a total zero. She had a press conference, and she's trying to give a website where victims and people can go for information, where people can get help.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in the script, it just says URL. Give the website, basically, right? Yeah. She literally says URL.
Right now, if you need help, emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL. Los Angeles together is how we will get through this.
So I'm assuming the website was something like losangeleshelp.com. That's what they meant for her to say.
Right.
She say
URL. That's not a website, you old bat. I swear it's something Joe Biden would have done. Yeah. And this brings us to Joe Biden because he showed up at this press conference with Gavin Newsom yesterday. And keep in mind, people have burned to death. People lost their lives. People have lost their homes. They've lost their businesses. It's an incredibly sad time in Los Angeles. Joe Biden shows up, and he wants everybody to applaud because he's going to be a great grandpa again.
The good news is I'm a great grandfather as of today. Baby boy.
Now, again, he's off mic a little bit. It was hard to hear, but he expected people to give him applause because he's going to be a great grandfather again.
You heard him say at the very beginning of that clip, the good news is that's not what you want to hear from the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, when your second biggest city in the country is burning. Well, the good news is, and you certainly don't after that want to hear, I'm a great grandfather. I mean, that's par for the course for old man Sleepy Joe. It really is.
If you lost somebody you love in that fire, you told the story earlier in the show, the heartbreaking story of the guy with the hose in his hand that burned to death.
Yep.
If that was your loved one and you got Joe Biden up there, I'm going to be a grandpa again. Good news. I mean, how could you sit there and not just want to do something that would get you locked up?
I mean, even Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, the inept, incompetent governor of California, standing right next to him, Joe Biden, when he said that, was like, I could tell the look in his eyes. He's like, ew, whoa.
Well, I'm glad you bring up Gavin because he went on CNN. You know, Anderson Cooper was out there, and Gavin Newsom was acting like he didn't know why there wasn't any water in the reservoirs or the fire hydrants. He didn't have any idea. Blamed it on the locals.
What is the situation with the water? Obviously, in Palisades, ran out last night in the hydrants. I was talking to the firefighter in this block. They left because there was no water in the hydrant here.
The local folks are trying to figure that out. I mean, just when you have a system that's not dissimilar to what we've seen in other extraordinarily large-scale fires, whether it be pipe, electricity, or whether it just be the complete overwhelm of the system. I mean, those hydrants are typical for 2 or 3 fires, maybe one fire. You have something at this scale, but again, that's going to be determined by the local.
Let the locals figure it out.
From the governor.
Even if he has a point, which I'm not saying he does, and I don't think he does. Like, could you imagine Ron DeSantis after a hurricane, one of the 2 or 3 hurricanes over the past couple of years in Florida? You know what? We're going to let the locals figure that out.
Miami-Dade County, you're on your own.
Yeah, sure. You'll get it. You guys,
You're pretty sharp.
Sure. Wow.
And he knows damn well why they're empty. He knows why there was no water. It was a decision to help the fish. And Gavin was lockstep involved in a lot of that stuff in California. Yes, it came from a local level.
Would you say help the fish, literally?
Right.
That's one of the reasons why they were diverting water into the ocean, is because it was going to save the fish.
Save a special breed of fish off the coast of Los Angeles. That's why there's nothing in the reservoir, thus nothing in the hydrants. And oh, by the way, Gavin's had every opportunity to do some forestry and clean that mess up. He's been getting warnings about that for a long time, never did anything about it. And now you've got a fire where it's spread so easily now because you didn't do anything with the forest. It's frustrating. But I'm telling you, when you elect unserious, woke people, these things happen. You've got Joe Biden. There's the Afghan withdrawal. The economy's cratered, funding multiple wars. Gavin Newsom, crime, filth, disasters, big taxes. States got a deficit. People are leaving in droves. You've got Mayor Bass in L.A. No water, no forestry cutting. Dropped the fire department budget by nearly $20 million. Now, we can sit there and laugh at all of these people, but guess what? Here in Indianapolis, you've got the exact same type of people. You've got the exact same people. There's no difference between Karen Bass and Joe Hogsett. She went missing during a fire. He went missing during the riots. It's the same ideology. You elect woke, unserious people, you can't be surprised when it hits the fan. Heaven forbid there's ever a disaster here in Indianapolis. Now, we're not really fire country here, but tornado or something. I don't know.
Riots.
Yeah,
that was a disaster, and it went on for 2 nights in a row, questionably a third night, but definitely 2 nights. Some people excuse the first night of riots here in 2020, whatever. I don't think there was any excuse for the first night, much less the second.
You keep electing the same morons, you're going to get the same result as California right now. Local elections matter. You can't just go out every 4 years and vote for the president. You have to draw a line and get rid of zeros when you can. Local elections matter, sometimes more than the national ones. Look at what's happening in California.
Totally changed my life.
It's amazing. I don't have any cravings. You want to quit, but have found it impossible? This is the thing for you. I have absolutely no craving. It's the darndest thing I have ever seen in my life.
It's not for entertainment. It's for results.
Do it. It works. Period.
You've tried everything else. You need to come and try this.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking. Early bird special, only $49.99 guaranteed. No irritability, no cravings, because don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all. In addition, use hypnosis to lose all the weight and destroy unwanted cravings. Seminars Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Indianapolis Northeast and Noblesville. Weight loss seminar at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking seminar at 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
The holidays are over, and the new year is here, making it the perfect time to think about the future. More specifically, it's the perfect time to think about your financial future. Right now, Howard Bailey Financial is offering a free retirement toolkit, a comprehensive guide designed to help you plan, save, and jumpstart the retirement you deserve. To get your free copy today, text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 and download your free retirement toolkit. Start 2025 off with a gift to yourself, filled with all the tools you need to plan for a positive and purpose-filled future. Just text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Make this new year your year to invest in yourself and secure a brighter tomorrow, starting today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
The new year is here. Time for change. Start a recession-resistant new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI with My Computer Career in just months. Already in IT? Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers nationwide are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Make this your year. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
During much of Indiana's history, communicating on the telephone with the deaf or hard of hearing was nearly impossible. Friends and loved ones couldn't stay in touch, so the hard of hearing became isolated. Today, those with hearing loss have equal access with the CapTel captioned telephone from Relay Indiana and can keep their independence. Relay Indiana allows a caller to read what the other party is saying. This advanced technology keeps Hoosiers connected so that everyone can contribute to Indiana's productive future. Learn more at RelayIndiana.com.
B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get two bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation. B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get two bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Addiction. It's hard on those who struggle with it, but those who love the addict need support too. Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick provide help and hope with Supporting Sobriety. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and on WIBC.com.
Matt, the poll that we posted on Twitter is live at Hammer and Nigel. Of these three only, bigger bum in a movie, Rudy's dad, Jenny Gump, or Grandpa Joe. Right now, it's neck and neck between Grandpa Joe and Jenny Gump.
It's so Grandpa Joe every day.
That's what I'm saying, too.
The dude's a waffler. You know, I mean, he's just completely leaving his family to starve. We're looking at what? We're looking at Meridian north of 86th Street on the north side. That is a crash. Eastbound is 74. And going to Shelbyville, that's a crash before Acton Road left lane is blocked and traffic is backed up for about a mile and a half. Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn and eastbound 70 a grind into the south split from Harding for a 15-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by B. Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in as little as 1 day and at new financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
You heard Tara Hastings earlier. Could see some morning drive snow tomorrow. And then a little bit more later on. 2 to 4 inches is kind of what we're hearing between 7 a.m. tomorrow and Saturday when this little system moves through. So we will keep you weather aware. It's 26 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Nigel, according to a new study, people on video calls like Zoom and Teams and things like that,
yes,
tend to spend more time staring at themselves than the actual speaker on their screen.
Okay.
And because of this, plastic surgeons around the country are now seeing more people come in for plastic surgery because of the excuse, I saw how I looked on screen and I want to look better.
Well, I think it's only natural. We've done a ton of that stuff with our news gathering partners, Wish TV, and our daily segment that we have. I will admit sometimes I look over at myself to make sure my Adam's apple isn't protruding too much through the screen.
Make sure the second, third chin is tucked away.
I gotta make it so the shadow looks like I don't have a second and third chin, although I'm not going to get cosmetic surgery over the whole thing.
Could you imagine being so vain that you're on a Zoom chat? Man, these bags under my eyes, I got to do something.
I guess there's part of me that gets it because people there's certain industries where people live on Zoom. They live on those conference calls, and that's their life.
And based off of what we had to deal with yesterday, some people live for those conference calls. Boy.
We are so lucky we don't have to do that in a normal average everyday basis.
Oh my God!
Zoom calls that we had to do yesterday with the office.
There was like a training thing for like a payroll thing here, right? And they put the meeting request out, and the meeting request says 2 hours. Like, oh my God, there's no way this is going to be 2 hours. So Nigel and I were in our office yesterday. Starts at 10 a.m., right? That's why I missed my Kendall and Casey hit. And it goes for about an hour, and they're explaining everything. All right, fine. But they keep saying, we're also going to send out a booklet and a video and an email on how to do all of this. Well, first of all, why couldn't you have done that to begin with?
Just send that out.
But then they had a Q&A.
Ooh.
And these people that love to hear themselves talk were asking question after question. And one of them was that no good rotten Todd Meyer that works here.
Oh, no. Called him out. The boss.
One of the bosses
One of the bosses over there at the Fan called him out.
Oh, these people and their questions, man. 2 hours and 10 minutes on something that should have been an email, Nige.
Mm-hmm.
I have so much respect for the people that have to deal with that crap every day. Like you were telling me your wife has to do that crap all the time.
Yeah, I mean, she works out of her home. She works out of the guest room in our house. Yeah.
Oh, I hate meetings. I'm telling you, I am not a meeting guy. I'm not. And if you're telling me right out of the gate, it's 2 hours and there's going to be Q&A involved, just put a bullet in my head,
that's
man.
That's the next Hammer and Nigel shirt. 3 words. I hate meetings, period. Hammer and Nigel.
Yes. By the way, at the merch store right now, store.hammerandnigel.com, in honor of Valentine's Day coming up, 15% off an I Love Rob Kendall t-shirt or I Hate Rob Kendall t-shirt.
Look at that.
And the proceeds go to charity.
Love it.
Store.hammerandnigel.com.
Has the holiday season left you overwhelmed, stressed out, and overweight? Do you feel frustrated when you think about what you need to do to be healthy and feel better? You deserve a simple approach to a stronger, healthier, and more enjoyable life. Exercise Inc. has been helping people in Central Indiana reach their health and fitness goals for 20 years. The approach is simple. Strength train with a certified coach once a week for 20 minutes. Adopt the 9 simple habits you need to follow to change your health and lose weight. Then get out there and enjoy life because you'll be stronger and have more energy and you're going to feel better and you'll lose weight and you'll probably even look better too. And you may even be able to get off of some of those prescription medications. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. The studios are private, no mirrors, no music, and no spandex. Just you and a professional coach working to reach your goals for the new year. Go to exerciseinc.com today to sign up for a free consultation.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-210-8808. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. If you want that New Year's resolution to work, you have to get a great night's sleep. And now through Monday, it's our New Year's mattress sale. Every Tempur-Pedic, every Nectar, and every Stearns & Foster mattress, we guarantee you the lowest price, up to 4 years interest-free financing, and free delivery. The mattress sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
You might not consider yourself a tech expert, but that doesn't mean you can't protect yourself from online scammers with a little help from McAfee Total Protection. Whether it's a fake missed delivery text or an urgent bank alert, these scams can look incredibly convincing. That's where McAfee Total Protection steps in. So go ahead, manage your finances and shop online. McAfee will help keep your device's privacy and identity safer. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get award-winning online protection for just $39.99 your first year. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
Coming up in 2 minutes, what you'll want to know about tomorrow's snow, how a police officer in central Indiana ended up in a crash on Wednesday, what 3 people with murder convictions asked of a judge, and you'll hear whether or not they got it. Those stories and more coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A wildfire briefing at the White House. Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Biden set to hold a meeting with senior officials on the federal response to the fires devastating the Los Angeles region, killing at least 5 people, destroying more than 2,000 homes, businesses, and other structures, leaving some residents questioning local leadership.
People are like, no, you didn't have just wind, you didn't have water, and you didn't have firefighters to spray that water. And had you had planning and more water and fire hydrants that were checked and worked, you could have saved a lot more houses. You're not going to save all the houses, but you could have saved more. So you talk to the people in and around Pacific Palisades, and they are angry at the response.
Fox's Trace Gallagher. L.A. Mayor Karen Bass facing questions about the fire response and fire department budget cuts is promising an evaluation.
To look at what worked, what didn't work, and to correct or to hold accountable any body, department, individual, etc. But my focus right now is on the lives and on the homes.
Fire crews have been able to make some progress as hurricane-force winds diminish, but nearly 200,000 people were still under evacuation orders today. In the U.S. Senate just a short time ago,
on this vote, the yeas are 84 and the nays are 9.
That broke a filibuster on the Laken-Riley Act, which would require Immigration and Customs Enforcement to detain illegal immigrants arrested for theft and burglary, named after the Georgia nursing student murdered by a man who entered the U.S. illegally and is now imprisoned for life.
A swath of conservative Democrats jumped on board to back the plan. That included Pennsylvania Democrat John Fetterman and freshman Democrat Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan. Both represent swing states.
Fox's Chad Pergram on the Hill. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer supporting today's vote to allow debate and possible amendments. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Several inches of snow expected. Mostly sunny and 24 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:02. All of that and more is part of the reason for a winter weather advisory.
Our winter weather advisory begins 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday and lasts until 4 a.m. on Saturday. The National Weather Service issues these based upon snowfall amounts, but also impacts as well.
Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings believes the heaviest snow will hit during Friday evening's commute, causing delays and slick roads. Police are trying to figure out what led to a shooting that killed 2 people on the east side of Indianapolis. They responded to a home near East 21st Street and Emerson Avenue around 2:30 Wednesday afternoon. A man and woman found dead inside the home with gunshot wounds. A crash in Kokomo Wednesday killed a woman and injured 2 men, one of whom was a police officer. Ryan Hedrick reports.
The woman, whose name was Vicky Hollingsworth, was a passenger in the car. State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass talks about what police know so far about the crash.
Evidence indicates a 2010 Ford passenger vehicle driven by a Timothy A. Bergeson, 32, Kokomo, Indiana, traveled eastbound on Vale Avenue when it entered into the northbound lanes of 931 directly in front of Officer Wilson.
Glass said Bergeson was under the influence of alcohol during the crash. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The convictions of 3 people accused of killing a man in Indianapolis during the 2020 riots are being upheld. Police say Marcus Anderson, Nakia Shields, and Elijah Jones killed Chris Beatty in May of 2020 while the city was dealing with riots. They all were given prison sentences of more than 100 years, but they appealed their convictions by challenging procedural aspects of the trial and the severity of their sentences. The Indiana Court of Appeals, though, said there were no significant trial errors and their sentences were appropriate. College football playoff semifinal action tonight with Notre Dame taking on Penn State in the Orange Bowl.
Mental preparation time has been the same. For us, it was just a normal week. It was a Saturday to a Saturday as we look at it in terms of game week.
That's Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman. Kickoff at 7:30 tonight. The winner of that game moves on to the national championship. WIBC News Time, 4:04. Your traffic and weather next.
Hey, it's Rob. If you want to grow your hair back, check out the precision and accuracy of the Artist Robotic FUE at We Grow Hair Indy. You'll be amazed at the permanent natural results you can get and get back to work ASAP. Darren Andrews, Clinic Director of We Grow Hair Indy, is here to tell us more.
The Artist Robotic FUE hair transplant at We Grow Hair Indy, one of the most sophisticated hair transplant procedures available. The accuracy and the precision of the Artist Robotic FUE is what clients love the most. Get the results you want with our Artist FUE or multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Don't wait. Call today and find out more about the Artist Robotic FUE at WeGrowHairIndy.com. Call 317-522-2995 for your hair evaluation. 317-522-2995 or go to WeGrowHairIndy.com and grow your hair back today.
With WIBC traffic at 4:05, here's Matt Bear.
Yo, John, looking at eastbound 465 slow from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 slows from 21st to Meridian Penn, just 4 minutes on the delay. And eastbound 70 grinds down just a bit at Harding, and then you're good to go into the south split. Northeast side, eastbound 465 slow roll, Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Staples Stores, your local Staples stores. Hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Heating Weather Center forecast.
Snow will be likely on your Friday. Could see about 1 to 3 inches of accumulation possible. Farther south, 3 to 5 inches of snowfall, but could create some tricky travel, especially for the Friday evening commute. Highs right around 27. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
One of our favorite writers, one of our favorite guests. You can see his work at Outkick.com. Bobby Burek joins us. Bobby, how the heck are you?
Hey, guys, I wanted to, first of all, say thank you for having me, but according to the rumors, you guys shouldn't call me an Outkick columnist. There's an ESPN Sports Center anchor by the name of Stan Verrett. Not sure if you guys know this guy. He put out a tweet over the weekend that Outkick fired me. Now, according to my sources, Outkick has not fired me. I talked to the bosses. They're unaware of that, but just wanted to let you know that rumor was floating out there. So if you hear something, let me know.
Yeah, when you get pushback or blowback or you're going back and forth with people from ESPN, on some level, like, I'm just projecting here, like, for me it'd be like, oh, that kind of sucks, but on another level, like, it's kind of fun, it's kind of awesome, like, on a personal level, because I grew up watching ESPN. I'm like, oh.
And Stan Verrett's a lunatic too, just an absolute crap lunatic.
Well, to be honest, I actually usually don't go back and forth with people, and I didn't even with this guy. I just found that, he, for some background, he has been DMing me, tweeting at me for about 4 years. There's one day where I found all of his tweets and screenshot them because they have been so obsessive. Total nut job. Very, very obsessed with me. So I'm not sure where he heard that I was fired, but he also said some other pretty wild things that I did not know were true. Another one, Jeff Pearlman. I don't know if you guys know who that guy is. He's also been stalking me for a few years, reporting some things about me that I didn't know either. So there's quite a few things out there. So if you Google my name, just be aware that some of it might be true, some of it might not be. we'll figure it out.
Bobby, if you haven't been stalked, you haven't been loved, my man. Congratulations.
You're doing something right, my friend.
Doing something right.
Well,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. I was going to say, with the ESPN, since you bring them up, you put out some posts like at the beginning of the year when that horrible New Orleans terror attack took place on Bourbon Street. ESPN had every opportunity to kind of have that Yankee Stadium moment. Like after, 9/11, George Bush throwing out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium. Here's a Republican president in a blue city, but this was our guy. This was United States. Crowd got into it. USA chants. That was a chilling moment for this country. ESPN, to a smaller extent, could have done something similar with the national anthem, the moment of silence in New Orleans with the Sugar Bowl, but instead they chose to just give it a big middle finger.
Yeah, bizarre story. And I spent a good chunk of last weekend talking to sources inside the building. And the overwhelming sentiment is that this was a decision by Jimmy Pitaro, who is the chairman of ESPN. At the end of the day, he calls the shots, he sets the agenda, and he didn't want to do it. I've reached out to Pitaro several times. He has not responded, although he did send one of his stooges after me for a very colorful off-the-record conversation, but the stooge said that I was not allowed to quote him on the record, so pretty unfortunate. But let's just say this stooge is not very happy that I reported the facts. Anyway, it's so baffling because, first of all, ESPN told the New York Post that they didn't show the anthem because of a quote-unquote timing issue. Well, here's the problem. ESPN carried the event exclusively on television, meaning they control the broadcast clock, and you set a broadcast clock way before the start of the event. So they chose to go to commercial break during the anthem beforehand. Second of all, ESPN made a priority to show the national anthem protest when the NBA players during the bubble knelt before the anthem in front of the Black Lives Matter painting written on the field or the court in honor of George Floyd. So they made a priority to show that demonstration, but didn't want to honor the terror attack victims. And I think a lot of it just boils down to this is not a story that ESPN can score political points. They continue to call this massacre a quote-unquote truck attack.
Right.
That's another question I asked Pitaro. Why are you calling it a truck attack? That truck didn't drive itself. According to police, some ISIS-sympathizing monster killed those people. So overall, this is a story that ESPN has really tried to diminish, not put a lot of focus on. And I find that so frustrating because as a sports network, this actually had a sports angle, yet they ignore it, but they want to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse, George Floyd, the quote-unquote don't say gay bill, the Supreme Court giving abortion rights back to the states. It is so backward.
And what's funny is when ESPN had that change of leadership not that long ago, Bobby, they were trying to peddle that message that we're getting back to sports here, right? No more Jamel Hill, no more, this or that. We're getting back to sports here. And I think that lasted all of maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I detailed that in the piece. So in 2018, when Pitaro took over for John Skipper, who claims that he left because of a cocaine extortion plot, his words, not mine, Pitaro had a media day. I was actually in attendance. I spoke to him. I sat in the second row, and he said repeatedly, ESPN is not a political organization, that you're not going to talk politics unless they're unavoidable. Fair. And for 2 years, that was the case. People did not talk politics. Then 2020 happened, George Floyd happened, and he just completely lost control of his locker room. I mean, we found examples in the article of things he allowed. A guy by the name of Jay Adandi compared red state voting laws to the genocide that the CCP commits against Muslim Uyghurs, which includes rape, torture, concentration camps, forced sterilization, forced abortions. How do you allow that to happen? Mark Jones falsely accused police of trying to shoot him dead.
Yes.
Jalen Rose said that the police murdered Breonna Taylor and deserved to be charged as murderers. No, they didn't murder her. Another one, Mark Jones, during an NBA playoff game, said that white police officers shot black man Jacob Blake dead. Jacob Blake's not dead now. He wasn't dead 3 years ago. So what's happening here is really an embarrassment, and it falls on the shoulders of Jimmy Pitaro, who I best describe as a very frightened, fragile white man.
When somebody, Bobby, I know we're kind of all over the place in this interview, but I'm fascinated by somebody, some stooge, as you said, from ESPN coming after you off the record.
Yeah.
Like when that happens, like I feel like if somebody here in Indianapolis, like if Mayor Joe Hogsett were to come up to me like at a restaurant and say, "This is off the record, Nigel, but I hate you and Hammer. I think you're full of crap." I'm like, no, that's not off the record. I'm going to repeat that on the air.
And I don't give a damn what you think anyway.
Was it somebody coming after you personally, or were they? I just want to. Really? But yet they have the nerve to say, but this is off the record.
Was it like that scene in Goodfellas, Bobby, where you walk into a room and you think you're about to be a made man, and there's one of Pitaro's stooges?
That's so fascinating to me.
It is true because technically, if we were to actually go by like journalism 101, we have to agree to have an off-the-record conversation. Like the stooge would have said, "Hey, Bobby, can we talk off the record?" And then if I said yes, everything after that point would be off the record. That's not what happened. They actually go, "Hey, Bobby, I saw you contact Jay Pitaro." He puts in bold, "off the record, not to be written, not to be repeated," and then he went in. Okay. So my response is actually, believe it or not, I'm a pretty level-headed guy. I don't get all that emotional. I think people probably know what he said about me because people say the same thing about me all the time: racist, liar, transphobe. And I usually say, well, do you have any evidence? Can you point to a remark that I said that was dishonest, something that was racist, transphobic? And to be honest, between the Stooge, Perlman, Stan Barrett, Bomani, Nina Kimes, Jamel Hill, none of them provide any evidence yet. They just keep saying these things about me, but they don't really have any proof. So, that's where I'm at. I mean, one day maybe somebody will send me a file of all the things I lied about, and if so, and they're actually lies, I'll correct them. But as of right now, it seems like people are just really bothered that I say things that are true that they don't want anyone to say.
Bobby Burak with us, writer for Outkick. Despite what you hear, still a writer for Outkick.
As far as I know, I mean, I just talked to my boss. He didn't know I was fired yet, but,
Your latest piece that's up right now talks about the success of Greg Gutfeld's program and what that means to a media landscape, especially like late night media, Saturday Night Live. Walk me through this.
Greg Gutfeld's show was the fourth rated show in cable news in 2024 behind Hannity, The Five, which he co-hosts, and Jesse Waters' Primetime. And he also beat all the late night programs, Stephen Colbert, Kimmel, Fallon, whoever else is on there, I don't even know now. So I look at that and say, okay, there's obviously a market for satire, a market for comedy that caters to middle America, shows that prioritize more than just people in the coastal elites. Well, why not do the same thing to SNL? The success of Greg Gutfeld's show shows that somebody needs to create an alternative to SNL that is not woke, that is politically incorrect, that doesn't play beholden to the joke police. And I think a show like that would do very well. As someone who grew up loving SNL, I find the show so disappointing now and really unbearable. So I hope whether it's Fox or The Blaze or someone, I think they should try to recreate the success of Gutfeld by creating a SNL alternative, putting it right up against SNL on Saturdays. Maybe you do it from Nashville or Texas, and I think it'd be a lot of fun, and more importantly, it'd be funny.
Well, Bobby, we could talk for a long time here, brother, but we're up against the break. I love talking about stalkers. I love talking about people trying to shake you down.
Yeah, dude, that's fascinating.
And all that kind of stuff. Check out his work at Outkick and follow him on X, Bobby Burak. Bobby, you're the best. Thanks, man.
Hey, appreciate it, guys.
Matt Baer standing by in the WIBC traffic. Traffic Center.
North sign crash Meridian north of 86. Also northbound 465 slowing from 86th Street up to 865. Eastbound 465 slow off Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 stop and go 29th to Meridian Penn. That's a 6-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Look, if you're going to troll us on the YouTube chat, you can't be illiterate.
Uh-oh, what
I
happened?
don't think
What'd
it's
I miss?
asking too much. Somebody arsing angels on the YouTube chat. You guys are tone deaf as ever. First of all, it's tone deaf with an F, not tone deaf. And it's as ever, not is ever. Arsing angels, maybe pull your head out of your arse and learn how to write an actual sentence. If you're going to troll, that's fine. Be creative, be fun, but don't look like some Alabama hillbilly. Don't come into the YouTube chat and act like you don't have any sense at all. Good Lord. Right now, we got cold. Continue cold until spring at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Is this anything? Next.
The holidays are over, and the new year is here, making it the perfect time to think about the future. More specifically, it's the perfect time to think about your financial future. Right now, Howard Bailey Financial is offering a free retirement toolkit, a comprehensive guide designed to help you plan, save, and jumpstart the retirement you deserve. To get your free copy today, text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 and download your free retirement toolkit. Start 2025 off with a gift to yourself, filled with all the tools you need to plan for a positive and purpose-filled future. Just text FUTURE to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Make this new year your year to invest in yourself and secure a brighter tomorrow, starting today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Where can you kick off the new year with big savings on gig speed? Only with Xfinity, now through January 16th. Get gig internet at home for $25 a month for 1 year when you add an unlimited mobile line, which connects you to gig speed Wi-Fi on the road. Act fast today and save more than $650 over AT&T and Verizon in your first year. Plus, hurry and take advantage because right now you can also get a free 5G phone with trade-in. So save big and stay connected to what you love with fast gig speed internet and mobile. From home to hotspots, this new year, it's all about gig speeds and big savings. Don't wait and get gig speed internet. Spend less green and switch to Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com/gig savings to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. $40 internet discount applied to mobile bill. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Savings compared to Verizon Fiber Gig Plus 1 Unlimited Welcome Line and AT&T Fiber Gig Plus 1 Unlimited Starter Line. Xfinity internet required. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
For service today?
Today.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah. So, Nige, again, keeping our eye on what's happening in California. biggest story in the country right now, the wildfires, deadly wildfires. Actor James Woods, one of the many actors who have lost their homes during this round of fires.
Yeah.
He was being interviewed on CNN last night when the reality of the situation kind of hit him. So it sounds like his house is gone, and there was a story about his wife's niece that really just kind of broke him down during this interview.
Sarah was on with her 8-year-old niece last night. She came out. I'm sorry. Just, one day you're swimming in the pool and the next day it's all gone. But she came out with her little Yeti piggy bank for us to rebuild our house.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if you're a celebrity worth millions of dollars or you're somebody that just makes average Joe Schmo six-pack kind of money. I mean, you're all affected. It doesn't matter where you get a $3 million house. I was listening to Rob Kendall and Casey earlier this morning. He made perfect sense. It doesn't matter if you have a $3 million house or a $100,000 house. You're losing everything. And a side note for James Woods, he was a conservative flamethrower in Hollywood, all but been outcast. He's getting up there in age, but I was surprised. That's how, he was on CNN.
Right.
That's how serious this is. That's how I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Something different is happening here on the left coast. Now, I do want to acknowledge that there's stuff that's happened in North Carolina in terms of the hurricanes. There's people still sleeping in tents.
Right.
As a result of those hurricanes.
They were given $750 for losing everything.
So I realize all the attention is here on California right now and what's happening, and I get it. I understand that it's totally warranted, but let's not forget about some of the other people in North Carolina and those places as well. But James Woods, yeah, that's tough to listen to. I don't care. You're a human being. I don't care if you're left, right, center. That was rough.
Is this anything? A 50-year-old guy named Vamar had been going to a bakery in Chicago called Give Me Some Sugar.
Cool.
And he loved the owner, Lenore. Lenore was the owner of the bakery. Well, one day, Lamar, turns out he was adopted as a baby, took a DNA test, and it turned out Lenore was his birth mother.
No.
Here they are talking about how it happened.
I called him from the bakery line because I wasn't sure, who he was or anything.
Give me some sugar pops up. I didn't order anything. I'm thinking, why? And I'm like, Miss Lenore? Like, yeah. I'm like, this is for Mars.
Just screaming.
Yeah,
we're just like
screaming.
screaming.
It was a lot of, oh my God.
We're just like, oh my goodness, no!
Yeah,
no! Are you kidding? No!
I started seeing like, oh, the little wisecracking thing. Yeah. I got somebody to blame for that now.
We are so much alike, it is crazy.
This world is full of people that don't do good things, And it just so happens that my mother is a pillar of the community.
I can't explain it. It almost feels like I have never been away from him.
Yeah, incredible story. Of course this is something. Lenore takes the hard way. I guess that's the hard way. I mean, she gives her baby up for adoption, and 50 years later, she finds out it's this guy that's been coming into her bakery. Unbelievable. What a great story. Now, again, this is where my mind goes when I hear these stories. A great story. I'll give you $100 right now, Hammer. I'll Venmo it to you, to Crystal, if you could tell me Lenore. Okay, the name Lenore, which is the woman that gave her baby up for adoption there in that story. Long Limbs Lenore. Where did that name come from? It's a movie. Long Limbs Lenore.
Oh, I've heard it, but I cannot give you an answer right now.
We were talking about the movie kind of at another time. Couple of sleazy women alongside cunning Carla. Does that help?
What is it?
Forrest Gump.
Oh, one of the floozies.
Two of the floozies that Lieutenant Dan frolics with on New Year's Eve.
Oh, come on.
That's where I'm sorry. It's such a great story. Lenore gives her baby up for adoption. 50 years later, this guy is going to her bakery and they find out that's his mom. I go, oh, long limbs, Lenore.
I'm mad I missed that. And one of the days you were gone when Jeff Boggs was here,
yes,
he brought that up too. He brought up her name because we were talking about.
You're kidding.
We were talking about on New Year's Eve, I think it was, like the Forrest Gump movie trick, where if you time it out, you can celebrate New Year with, Forrest in the bar with Lieutenant Dan. He asked the question, would you watch like a Netflix series about just those two women?
Oh, I would. Yeah, Cunning Carla? Sure.
And Long Limbs Lenore.
They were hot.
Right.
I'm sorry, they were kind of sleazy, but I liked them.
Would you watch a series based on their lives? Moving in and out, doing all types of scandalous stuff, like a one-season Netflix bender. I would totally watch that.
Let's do it. It's the next Hammer and Nigel project. But you're out $100. Sorry, man.
Oh, man. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Greetings from our agency, your Indiana Health Insurance pros. And a thank you to our loyal customers for making our agency a national sales leader for the 7th straight year. We recently saved a family of 4 over $500 monthly when compared to their ACA plan. It's still Obamacare, right? We've recently saved a 61-year-old retiring couple over $600 when compared to their COBRA plan. Breaking news. We are now able to offer health insurance to employer groups of all sizes with 2 of the largest insurers in the Midwest. We'll be here when you need us. Quoting my favorite president, what the heck do you have to lose? We can help. As always, God bless America, or at least what's left of her.
Call Ron or Terry at 317-563-0868. That's 317-563-0868. Or go to rragency.org. That's rragency.org. A health plan managed and chosen by you, not the government.
Hi, it's Steve Mann. Have you heard the commercials for the Mark Patrick Stop Smoking seminars? And they said only $49.99 and it could work for you. So I thought, that's not even a week's worth of smoking. So I went. And guess what? It did work for me. My friends and family are still amazed. I quit smoking. I didn't have cravings, anxiety, or weight gain. Listen, I don't know how it works, but I know it works because I'm living proof, and it's 100% guaranteed. So what do you got to lose? I'll tell you what you got to lose. A very bad habit.
Stop smoking without cravings, irritability, or weight gain. Early bird special only $49.99 guaranteed. Don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all or your money back. Seminar 8 p.m. on Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Indianapolis Northeast in Noblesville. Or 2 p.m. on Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Registration 30 minutes before seminar. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
When some more snow could show up. Partly cloudy and 26 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your radar is clear. 12 degrees is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:31. Several inches of snow are expected Friday, starting late in the morning with a winter weather advisory in effect, says Wish TV forecaster Tara Hastings.
Our winter weather advisory begins 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday and lasts until 4 a.m. on Saturday. The National Weather Service issues these based upon snowfall amounts, but also impacts as well.
One of the biggest concerns is when exactly the snow is going to show up and how much. The heaviest of it likely going to start falling during your afternoon commute tomorrow, causing some slick roads and possibly delays. The Pentagon has announced another $500 million package for Ukraine. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin says it's important that Ukraine continues to get help from around the world.
Few people could have imagined the level of support that our countries have delivered to Ukraine. Putin clearly never imagined it.
Austin recently held a meeting of the multinational Ukraine Defense Contact Group in Germany. His last. He'll be out after Biden's term is up. A federal judge has struck down expansions to Title IX intended to protect transgender students from discrimination. Fox's Jared Halpern reports.
A federal district court judge in Kentucky is striking down the Biden administration's expansion of Title IX rules to include gender identity. Title IX is a 1970s-era law prohibiting sex discrimination in education, but Judge Danny Reeves says the expansion was fatally tainted. More than 24 Republican-led states were challenging the rule. Tennessee's Attorney General says the court ruling is a victory for the protection of girls' privacy in locker rooms and showers and for the freedom to speak biologically accurate pronouns. Supporters of the rule had hoped it would give LGBTQ students more recourse against discrimination. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Gaveling back in on Wednesday, the state legislature is faced with some growing calls for property tax relief, something House Speaker Todd Houston says for now is the job of the state Senate.
It makes sense that our Senate colleagues have a chance to, they're in the first half, they kind of look at the property tax plan, send us over something they feel really good about, and then we can react to that.
He says they're beginning to craft the state's 2-year budget, but won't have a better idea on that until the next revenue forecast comes out, which isn't until April. And nothing to report for you in the market today. It is closed in honor of former President Jimmy Carter. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:33.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
It's time to take action to stop your sleep struggle. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
The traffic at 434. How's it going, Matt Bear?
Harrison, we're starting to wreck a little bit here. It's northbound 465 after 86th Street. It's at the top of the entrance ramp, like if you're entering northbound from 86. Yeah, that's a crash, and you can still make your entrance a little bit tricky and then slow traffic up to the 865 interchange. South side vehicle fire on southbound 65 between 465 and Thompson Road. This is, again, going to be at the end of the entrance ramp from 465 to southbound 65. That ramp is open. It is partially blocked, a little bit tricky. Stop and go right now on eastbound 465 because of that fire before 31 over to I-65. And stop and go traffic on westbound Sam Jones Expressway from Lyndhurst over to High School Road. Small delay there. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Thursday night looks to be mostly cloudy and cold with low temperatures around 15 degrees. Friday morning will start off with a few snowflakes but get heavier as you move towards the middle of the day. By the end of the day, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Drew Narsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Well, we're coming to your city. You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I don't know. I'm so kind of overwhelmed with emotion. I don't know if should I do you want to do the announcement? I'm not sure I could put the words together right now.
I'll tell you what, I'll start it, then you finish it, okay?
Okay, I'm not even guaranteeing that.
Next Thursday, it will finally be here. The Hammer and Nigel Show Tequila by Hiatus. And we're doing our show live, Nige.
Oh, man. The tears streaming down my face.
Yeah, baby.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hammer and Nigel Tequila by Hiatus going on sale very soon.
So Thursday is the day we're doing our show there. Next Thursday, 1 week from today.
Ale Emporium, Castleton.
Yes. Castleton location.
That place is so excellent.
We're going to be there doing our thing, starting at 3 o'clock, doing the show. And Hammer and Nigel Show Tequila will be available for purchase. Now, remember the last time we had a bottle of booze come out? We had a bourbon. That SOB sold out in like a day.
Yeah. Outsold some of the popular national brands here in the city.
And if you want to get your hands on the Hammer and Nigel Show tequila, make plans to join us 1 week from today up at Ale Emporium, Allisonville Road, Castleton area, and the Hammer and Nigel Show tequila by Hiatus. The flavor, the blend that we picked out, Nige, that they made specifically for us in Mexico, finally arrived here.
Reposado, yes. A couple months in an oak, like a whiskey barrel. Oh, man. I can't, like, it's the kind of tequila where it's great for making cocktails, but it's also excellent sipper. Like,
yes.
That's all I care. I love sipping tequila, man. And this stuff that we did when we had the taste test here, we had like several different choices in front of us with Glaze, our guy that was the rep here. Unbelievable. And now it's available for purchase very soon exclusively.
Yes.
At Ale.
Ale Emporium is the only place you're going to find the Hammer and Nigel Show tequila by Hiatus. So, join us at the Ale Emporium in Castleton. Show up early, stick around late. We are going to have a good time.
Grab some wings, Hermanaki.
Oh, so good. And grab yourself a bottle before it sells out. Hammer and Nigel Show tequila by Hiatus. Allison, turn it up. Everybody, come on. Tequila! And listen, all you bums on the YouTube chat, I want you there. You can still do your YouTube chat.
Yeah, bring your laptop, bring your phone. You can still participate.
Right.
In the chat.
Make it a little meet and greet here, right? Come on. Take the day off, or if you get off at 5, stop by. Nige and I are still going to be there. Their pizza, fantastic. Their wings, fantastic. And the Hiatus tequila that we have partnered with for Hammer and Nigel Show tequila will go on sale that day.
And I like some of the behind the scenes stuff, the story behind this tequila and everything that everybody went through to get it to this point is pretty fascinating. And we'll fill in some of the holes and some of the details, but right now we just wanted to get the announcement out.
We did everything the right way, the legal way, and that's why it took so long. We should have just hired a coyote.
Coyotes!
To just bring the bottles across the border, Smokey and the Bandit style. But no, we did everything right. And, shout out to our pal, Brett Glaze, for helping us make this happen. And, again, we want to see all the Hamroids, all the Nigerians, all of you folks, next Thursday. Let's see how many people we can pack into the Ale Emporium. I want the fire marshal to get pissed, okay? Let's do that. That is the game plan. Bring your friends, and I'm excited. Let's have a good time. Nigel, according to a new survey, 41% of employers intend to downsize their workforce as AI, artificial intelligence, starts to take over certain tasks. I'm telling you where I'm seeing it right now. Like, I don't know if there are as many people working at the fast food drive-thru, but if you go through Taco Bell, it's AI. And it's a pain in the ass sometimes.
I'll counter that. Okay, we'll stick with Taco Bell for a second. The Cantina downtown, around the corner on Washington Street, right? I'll say it's fantastic. And it's not all AI, but in terms of walking in there, and if you're hungry for a taco or getting some lunch, boom, boom, boom on the kiosk, put your name in there, and then 5 minutes later, 3 minutes later, somebody's shouting your name from the kitchen. Here you go, Nigel.
Right.
Okay. If that's what you're calling AI, if that's what you're saying, I'm down with it.
Okay. But when I'm going through the drive-thru and I simply say, I would like a Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
Did you say chalupa? No. I want a Mexican pizza. Like, I start getting louder and more clear for the robot.
That's something different. Okay. I
Mexican
understand what you're
pizza.
saying.
You want tostada? No! Like, it's so frustrating. But what I've learned, because of my kids' moron friends that drive through the drive-thru, if you say something really inappropriate to it, that's when they have a representative from the actual restaurant come on and take the headset. May I help you? So if you ever just want to talk to a person, say something really vulgar into the drive-thru.
Hey, did you notice over the weekend, maybe I'm the only one, I think it was during the Colts game, but it's during a lot of football games and sporting events, they have the generic Viagra commercials coming on now with that guy that talks like this. It's an AI voice that obviously talks like this. If you want generic Viagra, call this number. Did you notice that at all?
I did not.
Okay. Help me out. YouTube, chat people, at Hammer and Nigel on X. It's all over the place, I feel like.
Like an AI dude talking about Viagra.
And you see it on Facebook, and he talks like this. If you would like blah, 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 generic Viagra, call this number at half the price.
I have not seen that.
I feel like they're using AI voiceovers now.
Oh, that's
in
the thing.
general,
Yeah.
on commercials. So that's what that was my point. So if you see that on television or advertised on social media, let us know, because I feel like I saw that all the time. Like I had to turn the volume down because my daughter was sitting there with me on her iPad, Right. But I'm sitting there watching sports, but then it comes all that Viagra to talk like this.
More than 2 hours. Consult a doctor. If it's more than 2 hours, she'll need the doctor. But that's another joke.
Vic Ferrari knows what I'm talking about on the YouTube chat.
Okay.
So
I don't think Vic does. I think Vic's just lying to you. I think it's AI Vic Ferrari. That's who I think it is. We wanted to find out what's going on with the job market in the state of Indiana when it comes to AI. Are Hoosiers in danger of losing their jobs to artificial intelligence? We tried to get Governor-elect Mike Braun in here, but he was busy. He's got a big inauguration coming up. So here to weigh in about AI and jobs in the state of Indiana is AI Mike Braun.
Look, you lazy pieces of crap. If you don't want artificial intelligence to take your job, how about you actually do some damn work? In Du Bois County, we don't put up with lazy people. Speaking of intelligence, since I'm just a few days away from taking over, can I talk about how much of a dumbass Eric Holcomb is?
Sure.
That guy would need to take off a shoe in order to count to 15. I still can't believe he met with a domestic terrorist. What a goon. Take your mask and kick rocks, Eric. Well, I've got to go yell at Micah Beckwith for a while. You guys have fun. AI Braun out.
Okay, I think we got a lot accomplished here. What
was that part about taking off the shoe?
I believe he said that he was
Who? Holcomb?
Governor Holcomb was a dumbass and needed to take off a shoe to count to 15. I think we need to hear it one more time. There's so much in there. Allison, can we hear AI? Again, not the real Mike Braun. AI Mike Braun one more time.
Look, you lazy pieces of crap. If you don't want artificial intelligence to take your job, how about you actually do some damn work? In Du Bois County, we don't put up with lazy people. Speaking of intelligence, since I'm just a few days away from taking over, can I talk about how much of a dumbass Eric Holcomb is? That guy would need to take off a shoe in order to count to 15. I still can't believe he met with a domestic terrorist. What a goon. Take your mask and kick rocks, Eric. Well, I've got to go yell at Micah Beckwith for a while. You guys have fun. AI Braun out.
There's so much I missed this first time. I missed Micah Beckwith. I heard the
Take your mask and kick rocks. Should make that a t-shirt on the merch store.
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
So, I feel like we got a lot accomplished. The live show is set for next Thursday.
You think we get Mike Braun out there at the Ale Emporium next Thursday?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Show?
That'd be amazing.
Has Micah Beckwith, Lieutenant Governor-elect, pastor, and, has he ever taken a sip of alcohol, I wonder?
I don't know.
Maybe we should get him out there. Get him drunk for the first time. Can you imagine?
Let me tell you about Destiny Wells. Let me tell you about Jennifer McCormick. Well, that's Pastor Micah Beckwith here on the Hammer and Nigel show.
It's off the rails here.
It is, and we've got that coming up later.
Yes.
But if you want all the information of our live show for next Thursday, go to our Facebook, our Twitter. I'll put it on our Instagram here in just a moment. Let's pack that joint next Thursday.
Come on.
She is founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Up top, Bike Shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
2025, new year, maybe a new home? If you're ready to get started building your dream home, take a look at what Joyner Homes can do for you. Joyner Homes will be at the Indianapolis Home Show from January 17th through the 26th in booth number 459. This is a great opportunity for you to learn more about their streamlined custom home building process and meet the team members who will work directly with you throughout the entire home building journey. Your dream home made simple with Joyner Homes. JoynerHomes.com.
Tech scams, identity thieves, data leaks. Hearing about these online threats every day can be stressful. But don't worry. McAfee Total Protection is here to help you live a worry-free life online. What does worry-free mean? Well, it means you won't have to wonder if that text message is a scam, if new threats will pop up on your PC, or if you're safe from identity theft. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get award-winning online protection for just $39.99 your first year. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
It's the new year. Time to make a positive change in your life.
I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life.
Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted. Not available in Washington State.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM, 866-549-TERM.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Final deadline to enroll is January 15th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
B is offering 1 bath remodel for as low as $99 a month, or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Baer, what's up?
Northbound 465 northwest side crash at the end of the entrance ramp from 86th Street, and we are slow almost to 79th. Eastbound 465 jam before and after Keystone Avenue. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic 106th Street to 465 for a 7-minute delay. Inbound 65 5-minute delay from 29th to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 stop and go after Tibbs Avenue into the south split. A vehicle fire south side southbound 65 and At the end of the 465 ramps, the right lane is blocked slow, almost to South Keystone Avenue. This is also slowed down eastbound and westbound 465 into the interchange. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in as little as 1 day and at financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, 26 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. And let's do some damn nature, you scary.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs. Have some fun.
The dingo ate your baby.
And now, Hammer and Nigel proudly presents.
Damn, nature, you scary.
Lions.
And tigers. And bears.
Oh, my.
Man, sometimes we have a lot of fun with these stories, but this one's pretty rough. An Ohio woman was attacked and killed by her neighbor's pigs over the holidays.
Did you say pigs?
Pigs.
Good Lord.
Here is one of her other neighbors talking about what happened.
It was pretty crazy wild because there's not just wild pigs roaming. I've never seen pigs except for the market down the street, so it was very confusing.
They will go through bone like butter. That's the thing. Snatch. Bricktop.
Man, can you imagine dying that way?
No.
Mauled by pigs?
And I was reading a little bit about that story just now, and it's saying they don't know if they can charge the owners because it's like if it was like a Doberman or some sort of German shit like a dog, then yeah, you can charge the owners, like a pit bull.
Right.
But because it's pigs, they don't know if they can charge them or not.
But pigs can be just as deadly as the dogs. It feels like somebody needs to fix the laws and regulations.
Watch that scene in the movie Snatch back in 2000. You'll know what I'm talking about, for sure.
Damn, nature, you scary.
Dateline, Florida. Florida man still recovering after he fought a group of bears who tried to take his little dog away from him. So a guy by the name of Blake Sprout, he's got a little dog named Karen, and he's got kids and a wife, and they all love the dog.
Of course.
The dog was outside in the backyard. Group of bears come by, like mama bear and some cubs, and they try to take the dog. So Blake here jumps up into action, starts fighting one of the bears, gets bit in the stomach by a bear. Here is Fox 35 in Florida covering the story.
3 bears seen on surveillance video getting into a scuffle with a man and his dogs.
He growled and charged and just latched onto my stomach.
Blake Sprout was bitten by a bear cub while trying to defend his dogs.
Yeah, so he had Karen in his mouth, and I ran up to it and just kind of kicked it in the chest area to drop her. And
his dog, Karen, was attacked by a cub first as Blake let her outside around midnight.
There were 3 bears in my yard, and my dog saw them and just ran straight for them.
He says he tried to do anything to break up the brawl. Both Blake and little Karen were bitten. Blake with a large wound to his stomach, and Karen now in stitches.
She's part of the family. I couldn't just sit there and watch her die.
In a statement sent to Fox 35, bear management staff set traps on the property and successfully caught the 3 cubs and adult female bear, then relocated the family group.
Did I hear he jumped up and kicked the bear in the stomach to get his dog back? That's big time effort right there by my man Blake.
And I love when people name their domesticated pets after, like they name them regular names, like Karen, Karen the dog. Like my black cat's name is Gary.
Right?
But yes, you're right. Yeah. Physically wrestling and fighting a bear. Sure, that's scary.
Which brings us to great moments in shooing away bears history. Here's a big black bear that got into somebody's backyard when their kids were out back playing.
That's what you have to do when you encounter a bear.
Right. You got to make bear noises. Here are a group of photographers up in Alaska.
Yes.
Taking some pictures when a bear runs up. Here are some guys in California that walked outside and saw a bear on the roof.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear.
Hey, bear.
Get. Get, bear. Get out. Hey, yo.
And last but not least, great moments in shooing away bears history, the dude on the hiking trail.
Quiet.
Top stories, next.
Hi, I'm Dwight Freeney. Recently, I had the honor of meeting some incredible kids who are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant here in Indiana. I saw firsthand the importance of saying yes to organ donation. It's not just about saving lives. It's about giving others the chance to grow up, play, and dream big. Signing up as an organ donor is quick and easy. It takes less than a minute, but the difference you can make lasts a lifetime. Learn more at donatelifeindiana.org.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
The Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. For hunting, sporting, and personal protection gear, visit the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show.
Coming up in 2 minutes, when you can expect to get another round of snow. An officer in Kokomo hurt after a car crash Wednesday night, and how a woman from Lafayette turned a passion into her own business. Those stories and more coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. Cloudy with temperatures in the 20s downtown. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Miles of homes in ruin. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. And the firefight isn't over yet in Southern California, with tens of thousands still under evacuation orders and the biggest of several wildfires still uncontained as hurricane-force winds subside in some areas.
For us in firefighter speak, it's a horizontal fire. It's a structure-to-structure fire spread that is a conflagration. No firefighter, no suppression efforts is going to get in front of that.
U.S. Fire Administrator Lori Moore Merrill calling conditions ahead of the fires extreme. Sheriff's officials say it's not clear yet how many people have died with search and rescue efforts ongoing, but a sixth death has just been confirmed after a body was found in Malibu. President Biden holding a briefing on the federal response.
And folks, I want to underscore, I told the governor and local officials, spare no expense to do what they need to do and contain these fires and in their communities that are really been devastating. And we're doing literally everything we can at a federal level.
At the White House just announcing the federal government will cover 100% of the cost for 180 days of the fire response. The president-elect has criticized the federal, state, and local management of fire-related issues. A warning from the L.A. County DA to looters and scammers.
We will arrest you, we will prosecute you, and we will punish you to the full extent of the law.
District Attorney Nathan Hochman just telling Fox News his own sister's home in Pacific Palisades burned to the ground. Sheriff's officials say at least 20 people have been arrested for looting so far. The Lake and Riley Act advances in the U.S. Senate, winning bipartisan support to begin debate. Some Democrats supporting the bill to allow the chance for amendments. That bill would require detention of illegal immigrants arrested for theft and burglary, named after a Georgia nursing student murdered by an immigrant who entered the U.S. illegally and is now in prison for life. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Snow could cause some problems. Again, 27 degrees and sunny in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing to worry about on your radar. That might be a different story this time tomorrow. 12 degrees is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Snow's going to hit Indiana Friday, and it could mess with your drive home. Here's Ryan Hedrick.
The snow will start mid to late afternoon and continue through right around the time you're driving home, says Tara Hastings, a forecaster at Wish TV.
We're talking about the potential for 1 to maybe up to 3 inches of snowfall here in the metro area. So as that snow begins to fall and begins to accumulate on the roadways, we could see some slick conditions. Obviously, take it slow out there.
Hastings says areas south and east of Indianapolis could see an upwards of 5 inches of snow. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A man who may have been driving drunk caused a crash with a Kokomo police officer Wednesday night that also killed a woman. State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass says the officer was in a marked car and collided with the man when he pulled out in front of him.
Officer Wilson attempted to avoid the collision but was unsuccessful and struck the 4 on its passenger side. The passenger, identified as Vicky L. Hollingsworth, succumbed to her injuries and was pronounced deceased at the scene.
The officer was taken to the hospital for treatment and released. The Indiana Court of Appeals upheld the convictions this week of 3 people accused of killing Chris Beatty in Indianapolis 4 years ago. John Havrick reports.
Marcus Anderson, Nakia Shields, and Elijah Jones were all sentenced to more than 100 years in prison for Beatty's death. But they challenged those convictions, saying there were major procedural errors in the trial, and they thought the severity of the sentences was over the top. The judge upheld the convictions because she didn't agree with that assertion. While riots were happening in 2020, Beatty was shot and killed while attempting to help someone during a robbery outside his apartment in downtown Indianapolis. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Ashley Barclay of Lafayette has always loved lampshades of all things, but when she saw the ones she liked, they could only be found as far away as places like the United Kingdom or cost a lot to ship, so she decided to make her own lampshades and sell them.
We can do this if I just go slowly at my own pace, not trying to push it really fast or anything, and it's just kind of taken off. It's been awesome.
Barclay tells Inside Indiana Business that she's been helped out by the organization SCORE Indianapolis. It provides lessons on how to run a business if that's something you want to do. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
Hey, Casey, did you know that the Social Security Trust Fund is expected to run out of money in less than 10 years?
Rob, that can't possibly be true.
Oh, it is. According to Barron's, an average couple could lose up to $16,500 every year in Social Security income.
Multiply that by 10 or 20 years, and it could easily add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's why it's critical you have the right strategy to file for Social Security.
Discover how you could wring every nickel out of your benefits with a free customized Social Security analysis.
It's from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. You know, he's our retirement guy, too. We trust Bill, and so can you.
If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis now by calling
317-932-9912. That's 317-932-9912.
Bill Demery, 317-932-9912.
The traffic on the 5s at 5:05. How are the roads, Matt Bear?
All right, Harrison, we do have a problem here on the south side. It is a vehicle fire on southbound 65 at the end of the 465 on-ramp. Okay, it's blocking the right lane and causing a bit of a slowdown. Now we are getting through it. No serious delay here, but it is going to slow you down as you make your way southbound towards Greenwood. Eastbound 465 because of it. Stop and go traffic before 31 over 265. Eastbound 70 loaded Tips Avenue into the south split. 13-minute delay. Inbound 65 slow roll from 29th Street to Meridian Penn. 7 minutes on the delay. Inbound 69 10-minute delay from 106th Street to 465. Traffic sponsored by PureTalk.com. It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Thursday night looks to be mostly cloudy and cold with low temperatures around 15 degrees. Friday morning will start off with a few snowflakes but get heavier as you move towards the middle of the day. By the end of the day, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Drew Narsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Allison is our producer. I'm going to ask you to just shut everything down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Yeah, just stop it and go up. Just cue up the band. Just get it over with.
This is a severe weather alert from the Chapman Heating and Air Conditioning Storm Desk.
There it is.
Boy,
there it is.
The Chapman folks getting their money's worth lately. Another round of snow is coming through Indy. We spoke to Tara Hastings a little bit earlier, meteorologist for Wish TV 8. We're looking at anywhere from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. in downtown tomorrow, and then a little bit more coming later on. So when it's all said and done, between 7 a.m. on Friday and Saturday morning, we could be looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow, depending on how this little system moves.
Yeah, to be fair, Tara said it's not going to be anything in terms of the levels we saw last weekend.
No, not at all.
Sunday to Monday.
Not at all. But the further south you go, the worse it gets. The snow accumulation gets a little bigger. Nowhere near as big as earlier in the week, but you're going to see something. If you thought the shoveling days have come to an end, as Joe Biden said, get ready, Val. Here comes another round, and I'm sure Matt Baer will take good care of you guys in the morning. Tony Katz will have the latest on what could be a pretty interesting morning commute.
You're just minutes away from another severe weather update. Brought to you by Chapman Heating and Air Conditioning.
So, I almost feel embarrassed passing this information on to you. So we see what's happening in California right now with these deadly wildfires. 5 people have lost their life. Homes, businesses, all scorched, all gone. I mean, we're talking about full blocks being burned to the ground. It's bad.
Yeah, Los Angeles. Yeah. Oh yeah. The Palisades. Oh, just awful.
So the White House has announced another $500 million aid package to Ukraine, Nigel.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I was getting worried there for a second.
This latest batch of military assistance will go for missiles, fighter jets, F-16 support equipment, bridging systems, small arms. And again, I get the military budget is different than FEMA. It's different than, state budgets. I get that. But as the commander-in-chief, it is your ability to be able to move some budget money around. You can do that as the president. But Joe Biden doesn't know what's going on. So here comes a big announcement. $500 million to Ukraine. Oh, you folks in Western North Carolina, hurricane victims, you each get $750. And as for you folks out in Los Angeles, well, whenever these fires burn out, because we don't have water to put them out, we'll see what we can get for you, whatever's left.
Now, I just saw Joe Biden talking about this on Fox News, and the Cryon said, Biden, quote, spare no expense when talking about fighting the fires there. Really? That's spare no expense. We'll back you up. Okay. No kidding. Yeah. Obviously, we're going to spare no expense. And in terms of Ukraine, $500 million, that's a drop in the bucket to what we've given them.
All right, that's like a tip.
At least they're telling us where it's going this time.
Well, they claim it's going for that.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Like, I could say I took out $50 from the ATM, and it was for charitable donations, absolutely not for gambling. It's up to you to believe me.
No singles went into the G-strings of adult dancers. It was charitable. I was contributing to the college funds. Yeah, and again, the Ukraine thing, just, again, like the goalposts from 3 years ago, like money was going to go for just humanitarian aid and that's it. No. We're not going to send fighter jets or missiles or... would you say bridging systems, armored bridging systems?
Systems.
None of that was in play. No. This is purely, we're going to fight Putin, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of money for F-16. Sure, missiles. Sure, long-range missiles into Russia. Sure.
And the optics are just so bad. Why would you announce this right now? It is such a slap in the face to these people in California. Now, I see a lot of people on social media saying, listen, they get what they voted for. I understand. I understand the anger, but man, not everybody in California voted for some of these lunatics that drained the water systems. Not everybody voted for the lunatic that decided he wasn't going to keep up with the forests. And if somebody were just to flip a cigarette, the whole thing would go up in flames. And big picture here, people are dying. 5 people are dead. So I get it. Some people would say it's karma for the way you vote for Los Angeles, but man, let's have that conversation a little bit later. Let's make sure people get the help they deserve, because I sure as hell don't think they're going to get it from our government right now. And January 20th cannot get here fast enough. And here's an example of what I'm talking about. This just happened like an hour ago. There's a video going viral. There's a woman in California. She just watched her home burn down, her children's school burn down. She sees Governor Gavin Newsom out, walking around. She approaches him and asks him what he's going to do about it. Gavin Newsom does the old trick where you act like you're on the phone with somebody to kind of blow him off.
Yeah.
He said he was trying to get a hold of the president. He was talking to the president, but the call won't go through. This scumbag, take a listen.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question.
He's got his phone out
for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the call.
Why is the president not taking your call?
Because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get cell service.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it.
The oldest trick in the book, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a call. I've got to take this. But to have the balls to tell this poor woman, I'm trying to talk to the president. Oh, it won't go through. And he keeps walking around, and his goon squad of security team tries to get this woman away. Now, she was pretty frantic. And as a security team, I understand you've got to protect the asset. But don't blow her off like that.
Well, I mean, the other thing is, I don't know what her intentions were. Look, if anything else, the leader of the 3rd largest state in the country of 380 million people, 350 million people, if he's it's a little disconcerting that he can't get I've only got 3 bars. I'm trying to get a hold of the president. I don't know. I'm trying to get a hold of the president. Okay, screw the president. What are you doing?
Right.
You're the governor of California, the 3rd largest state. And again, whether or not she was, I don't know if she was legitimate. I don't know if she was trying to make some sort of social media statement. I don't know. But play it like you are in charge, just like the mayor of Los Angeles. She was a deer in headlights when that reporter was berating her with questions or about, do you feel bad that you were in Ghana while your city was burning?
Right.
And she just didn't say anything. For the governor to say, I can't get a signal. I can't get a signal on my cell phone. It's just a little dumb to me.
Right. And I showed Allison this video during the break, and Allison, who is not a political consultant, just looked at me and said, why didn't he just ask her, what do you need, ma'am? That's all you have to do.
That's such a good point.
That's it. That's all you have to do. But Greasy Gavin's like, well, no bars.
I'm trying to get a hold of the president, who may or may not be in a state of dementia. But look, I can't get a hold of him. So just hold on. Just hold on for a second, lady.
Again, elections have consequences. You vote in morons. Don't be mad when you get moron behavior. And here's the other thing that's starting to happen in Los Angeles. I think most of the country is starting to see how poorly LA is ran from a political standpoint.
Oh.
So some of the TV news anchors who may be in bed with the Democrats there are trying to run cover. This is beautiful. I can't state how much I love this clip enough. So here's a news anchor in LA trying to cover up for Democratic leadership, saying, no firefighters have told us that they're out of water. and then his co-host throws it to the field reporter who's out there in the fires. First thing she says is, firefighters have told us they don't have any water.
Former L.A. mayoral candidate and real estate developer Rick Caruso criticizing the city's response to the windstorm and fires. He says officials should have been more prepared.
The real issue to me is twofold. We've had decades to go remove the brush in these hills that spreads so quickly. And the second is you got to have water. And my understanding is the reservoir was not refilled in time and in a timely manner to keep the hydrants going. It's all about leadership and management that we're seeing a failure of. And all of these residents are paying the ultimate price for that.
Despite what you have heard from Caruso, no firefighters have told us that they are running out of water.
And let's go out to Gigi Graciette. She is live in Pacific Palisades. I know your signal's not the best, but Gigi, what can you tell us?
Well, firefighters have told me they have no water on this block, and you may be able to make out the ember storm that we're in the middle of.
Gosh.
Oh, that is so good. Inject that into my veins, baby.
Whoa.
Oh, that is fantastic.
It's embarrassing for the reporters.
This smug little worm that's on the take from the Democrats in California. Nobody has told this reporter that they're out of water. Let's go to Gigi, who's about to catch fire herself out in the roads. Gigi? Yeah, firefighters are out here. They're freaking out. They don't have any water. Oh, you can't make this up.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable,
yeah,
but totally believable at the same time. Hey, I know we're running long here, but I do want to talk about this Jimmy Carter funeral today.
Oh, yeah. No mail today, first of all.
Boy, Rob Kendall's going to go off on that coming up here in just a little bit. Just buckle up. But there were some awkward moments in the Jimmy Carter, Washington, D.C. state funeral. Like Dr. Jill Biden and Kamala had to sit side by side. Boy, you could tell there's bad blood there. They did not shake hands. They did not look at each other. Dr. Jill hates Kamala Harris.
I wonder why that would be. Coup. Excuse me.
And nobody's more upset about their power being taken away than Dr. Jill. Like, she was making the official orchestra come up with her own theme song. She was ready to go.
The First Lady's theme song.
Ridiculous. And besides, if you're going to have an official theme for the First Lady, it should have been, she's a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Little Tom Jones.
Yeah.
Donald Trump shook hands with Mike Pence.
Saw that. That was, I think, Al Gore, too.
Yeah.
Strange.
Hunter was there sitting in the crowd. He wasn't talking to anybody. Barack Obama showed up. Did not shake Trump's hand, but shook everybody else's hand. That was like a political mover and shaker. But he sat down with Trump.
Right next to him.
And those guys were playing, grab ass with each other. They're laughing. They're looking at phone messages together. They're cutting it up a little bit.
Look at this meme, Obama. I got a funny Biden meme for you.
You like this parlay?
Yeah, the best part was Kamala Harris, the vice president of the United States, sits down and looks behind her like maybe she was going to say something to Obama. They were both sitting behind her. And Obama and Trump were looking at each other laughing and joking. and Kamala just kind of turns back around with her lips pursed like a Marlboro was hanging. Like a Marlboro was hanging. It was that. It just...
And Dr. Jill just staring daggers at her.
Yeah, it was so awkward and so delicious.
The Clintons walked in and they gave the Heisman Trophy stiff arm to everybody.
Everyone.
They did not shake hands with Trump, Bush, or Obama.
They don't like anybody.
No. Hillary probably told old Bill, you shake one hand, you're next. So it was pretty awkward at times. Strange bedfellows at the Jimmy Carter funeral today. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Hendricks County westbound 70 stop and go traffic from State Road 267 out to County Road 525. And then eastbound 70 loaded up after Tibbs Avenue into the south split. Inbound 65 stop and go MLK into the north split, and inbound 69 loaded from 106 to 465. Traffic sponsored by PureTalk.com. It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
We need 9 people, 9 to hit like on the
9
YouTube feed.
times.
9 times. 9 people. We're at 91. 9 heroes need to step up to the plate, hit that thumbs up, and get us to 100. Come on, help us out. Right now, we've got cloudy skies, 26 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Are you okay with this? That is coming up next.
This new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Hammer and Nigel here. It's a new year. Time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. Lacking energy, muscle mass, or have low libido? Could be low T. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. Nobody matches the experts at Low T Center. And don't settle for a standard dosage TRT plan.
For current patients, Low T Center offers $150 referral credits when you refer a new patient. LowTCenter.com to book that appointment right now. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
IT professionals, don't choose the wrong recycler. Choose Technology Recyclers for complete guaranteed data destruction. Why put your data at risk? You work too hard to experience a data loss by selecting the wrong recycler. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
The Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. For hunting, sporting, and personal protection gear, visit the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, yeah!
Hammer, a movie theater chain, is doing a $5 bring your own popcorn bucket promotion, letting people bring their own buckets for National Popcorn Day on January 19th. Are you okay with this?
I think it's cute that the movie theater chain, Cinemark, thinks that people don't smuggle in their own stuff already. That's kind of adorable, right? Like, it's the innocence of the fine folks at Cinemark. I know when I go to a movie, I don't care if it's 110 degrees outside with the heat index. I got on a hoodie, and inside those hoodies are some Kit Kats and some Snicker bars and some other stuff. And every once in a while, when the lights go down and the movie previews and stuff are about to begin, you'll hear the old pop-top. That's me.
You're popping open beers?
That's me.
Really?
Maybe I've brought some beverages into the movie before. Listen, I pay for so much stuff in my life. I've been ripped off on so much stuff in my life, and it's ridiculous that a ticket to a movie costs what it does. So I'm going to try to settle the score. I bring my own stuff into the theater, and when I get the popcorn bucket, let's say I'm a good team player and I buy the popcorn that they have at the theater. Here's the little trick. You take a straw and you put it up to the butter machine. You put a straw in the popcorn and put the butter in the straw. That gets all the butter to the bottom level of the popcorn.
Evenly disperses it.
That's what I'm talking about right there. So, yes, I think this is cool. National Popcorn Day, movie theater wants to do something, but the fact of the matter is they're lucky I'm not bringing in a hibachi and cooking.
Study finding that coffee drinkers live longer. Again, another one of these studies, Hammer. If you're a coffee drinker, you're going to live longer, but if you stop drinking it only by noon. So you'll live longer if you drink coffee, but only if you stop by noon. Are you okay with this?
They're making stuff up at this point. This is all crap.
Yeah.
Well, you can drink coffee, but you got to cut it off at noon. Like somewhere, like cancer is going, wait a minute, what time did he have that coffee? Oh, 11:55? He's fine. He's fine. Oh, he had coffee at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He's dead. Here comes the cancer.
Dead.
This is like the same science that we were fed during COVID, right? You walk into a restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, when you're waiting in the lobby, you have to have a mask on. But when you sit down, you can take it off. But if you stand up, you got to put it on.
And while you're waiting in the lobby, you damn well better make sure you're 6 feet apart.
Correct. And we're going to have little lines in the floor that direct you one way, and you can only follow those lines to get in and get out, because the Rona, even though it's an airborne virus, my Rob Kendall impression there, it can only get you when you're at certain height levels. Like, so ridiculous. No, I'm not okay with this. And I hate that we're wasting money on these studies. Like, who funded this? Who made a donation to these scientists that are working on what's the cutoff time for coffee? That's ridiculous and that's stupid.
Probably the same scientists, probably the same people that funded the gain of function research in Wuhan.
Right. The same people that are about to get a blanket pardon from Joe Biden. Coming up here in just a moment, somebody that is very excited that Notre Dame is playing tonight.
Oh, I can't wait.
But somebody that's also very upset that the mail did not come today. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. He's ready to go off the rails. That's coming up right after we check the news with Harrison Silcox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
By this time tomorrow, it could be snowing. 26 degrees, a few clouds floating over the monuments at the moment. Radar is clear. 12 degrees is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:29. Snow supposed to start late tomorrow morning and continue falling throughout the day. Tara Hastings, a Wish TV meteorologist, says Indianapolis and its surrounding areas are expected to get some more accumulation.
South of Indianapolis, from about Bloomington, points south and east, could see maybe 3 upwards of about 5 inches of snowfall.
And it all could time up perfectly with your drive home from work. That's when the heaviest snow is expected to fall, so make sure you're driving safe. Wildfires in Southern California are not letting up. Fox Weather's Marissa Torres is in the Pacific Palisades.
The winds have picked up, right? So they calmed down so much, which was the hope that it would give firefighters that advantage finally at gusts of 80 to 90, nearing 100 miles per hour. Not as strong as that. That's the good news. The bad news is these winds that have picked up here in Pacific Palisades actually ignited a whole new fire that firefighters have been working on, a home that had previously been what seemed to be untouched, then caught on fire. They were pouring some water on it earlier, but at this point, the home a loss. The home next to it seems like it's okay. Firefighters have been on that home.
At least 5 people have died from the fires. Thousands remain under evacuation orders. A Kokomo police officer collided with the passenger side of a car last night after the driver, Timothy Bergeson, pulled out in front of him. State police say a woman at the car was killed.
During the course of the investigation, troopers were able to develop probable cause to believe Mr. Bergeson was under the influence. Mr. Bergeson was transported to a nearby hospital for a certified test and later transferred to an Indianapolis hospital for serious but non-life-threatening injuries.
State Police Sergeant Stephen Glass said the officer had minor injuries and was released from the hospital. Bergeson could face criminal charges. And she turned her passion into a business. John Herrick reports on a woman from Lafayette.
Ashley Barclay has always loved lampshades, but when she saw the ones she liked could only be found as far away as the United Kingdom or would cost a lot to ship to her, she decided to make her own lampshades and sell them.
We can do this. If I just go slowly, not trying to push it really fast or anything, and it's just kind of taken off. It's been awesome.
Barclay tells Inside Indiana Business that she's been helped out by the organization SCORE Indianapolis, which provides lessons on how to run a business. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
With traffic at 531, how are the roads looking, Matt Bear?
All right, if you're going from downtown to the airport, there is a crash. It is westbound 70 after Holt. It's covering the right shoulder, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Holt Road. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69, 9-minute delay from 106th Street to 465. Inbound 65, stop-and-go traffic before MLK into the north split. Eastbound 70, slow from Tibbs into the south split. That's a 12-minute delay. And on the south side, eastbound 465, grinding a bit from Bluff past 31, then slow to Beech Grove Emerson. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Transform your bathroom with Dream Baths by B. New tub or shower conversions can be installed in as little as 1 day, and at financing as low as $99 a month. Visit bwindow.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Thursday night looks to be mostly cloudy and cold with low temperatures around 15 degrees. Friday morning will start off with a few snowflakes but get heavier as you move towards the middle of the day. By the end of the day, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Drew Narsutis for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
And now, Hammer and Nigel go off the rails with Rob Kendall.
Noise pollution.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Also joining us live in studio, Rob Kendall here to go off the rails. Rob, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks as always to our segment sponsor, the fabulous, the amazing. They saved me a couple weeks ago on a Saturday. Garage Doors of Indianapolis.
So is this time of year like your Super Bowl, like the legislative session now in full swing, all the good time party boys out of the State House start to roll things out? What do you think of what you've seen so far?
Boy, tell me you're a nerd without saying you're a nerd if this is your Super Bowl. God.
Well, this is actually a unique session for me because it's the first time in a long time I have something to look forward to. Because the Republicans, for the first time in a long time, are actually putting forward something as the signature issue that could, if it's passed, benefit the taxpayers of the state of Indiana. Usually, last year it was like free textbooks to every kid. It's a massive growth of government thing. This thing with the property taxes being Senate Bill 1, and I'm sure it'll blow up, and I'll be thoroughly disappointed by the time it's all said and done. But at least coming out of the gate, there's something to be pumped up about.
Who is pushing back on this? Are the Republicans pushing back on this? Who doesn't want property tax reform in any way, shape, or form to happen?
It's the units of local government because they view your house as their personal piggy bank. And so you're going to have the same goof troop that anytime there's any sort of accountability to local government show up. It's going to be the angry red-shirted teachers. It's going to be these township trustees. It's going to be these awful mayors.
What about the establishment Republicans and the folks that have the power in the General Assembly? Rod and Todd and the Good Time Party Boys.
Well, this is where our audience, your audience, Tony's audience, it's us versus them. And it's going to be who barks the loudest. And trust me, the local units of government are going to be very, very organized and loud in their approach down at the State House. And we've got to not only match that, but exceed that, because these lawmakers are going to take the path of least resistance. And let's give Braun a lot of credit. When Braun got elected, or when Braun was running, people didn't believe he was passionate about the property tax thing. He thought he was paying guys like me lip service. He has thus far worked this and been passionate enough about this to get this as Senate Bill 1. And that's a big first step. Now he's going to have to lean on these guys. He's going to have to do ad campaigns. But give Braun a lot of credit. He has followed through on what he promised he was going to do.
Now, before the holidays happened, I remember hearing an interview with the Senate Pro Temp Rod Bray saying he didn't forecast property tax changes happening this session. Has that changed?
Yeah, he got an earful. That's the point. He got an earful from people. Look, I don't think our audience always appreciates the power that they have and the ability with the hundreds of thousands of people who are listening to this radio station every day. If they all call and write and show up in unison, we got an ability to get a lot done. Eventually, though, Braun will take this as far as he can take it, and it's going to be our job as the citizens to get this thing across the finish line. Look, this bill is going to be unveiled. It still hasn't even been unveiled yet. But
what's it look like, though?
Well, generally, if it follows the Braun plan, it's going to reset the property tax bills to 2021 levels. So it's going to get you out of this crazy inflation. It'll also cap the amount your bill can go up every year, and it'll make some changes to how the referendums work. So there's a lot of really good things in this bill. Now, as soon as it hits the ground, the committees, these local government people are going to go ballistic, and they're going to show up, and that's where it's going to be on us to get the people there to testify in favor of these things.
And you're more connected than anybody when it comes to this kind of stuff. Has there ever been talk about if your house is paid off, if you own your home, you're done with property taxes? Was that ever brought up?
Well, this is why passing Braun's, there's the game within the game, right? So the Braun bill is fine. It's good. It makes things better. But the idea of property taxes altogether is ridiculous. The idea that local governments who had nothing to do with you buying your home have a forever lien on your home and can raise your taxes every year is ridiculous. And so we're going to actually have him on tomorrow. State Rep J.D. Prescott has introduced a bill which will formally get rid of property taxes in the state of Indiana. That bill's not going to pass this year, but it's got some momentum. And if Braun can get his property tax bill through this year with big changes, I think that becomes the catalyst in 2 or 3 years passing Prescott's bill to get rid of property taxes. But if Braun's bill goes down, you can kiss that goodbye.
What are the main, I mean, you said teachers and local governments, and there are certain people that are opposed to doing anything with property taxes. I saw you arguing with some guy on social media over the weekend, property management guy saying, well, what do you support? Why haven't you been like, what are the arguments? I know you said who's opposed to it, but why are they opposed to anything with property tax?
Well, if you do something with property
unlimited piggy bank is what I keep hearing you say, right?
You can't buy $4 million empty patches of grass like they did in Brownsburg, or spend $36 million on a G League arena for the Pacers G League team, or spend $12 million on tennis courts like they did in Westfield, or hundreds of thousands for statue bisons like they did in Carmel. These people believe that, and look at these schools. I mean, come on. Look what they're doing and all these Taj Mahals they're building in these schools. It's dominance. It's about control. Property taxes are about control. We've talked about this before. These referendums with these school districts are about control. It's about being able to assert power and authority. And
they pitch them as it's for the kids. It's teacher pay. We're going to widen the aisles so there's more room for the kids. Kids. Next thing you know, there's a beautiful new football stadium, or a beautiful new baseball stadium.
Or a beautiful new raise for the administrators, right? We've talked about that too. Taxes are about control. And the ability to take from you is about control. And so, again, Braun's plan isn't perfect. If I were to write what I would want, it wouldn't be exactly this. But it's infinitely better than what we have now. It'll save the average person $500 to $1,000 a year, probably in central Indiana. And it's a good start. But the fight's going to be on.
So it already seems like, though, there are some lawmakers trying to undercut the authority of the lieutenant governor, Micah Beckwith. Lieutenant Governor-elect, I should say, just a couple days away from being sworn in. But who were you fighting with? Who are these old bags that you were ripping on at the State House?
Boy, these two look like they're they pulled them straight out of the Shady Acres rest home, didn't they? Boy, my goodness. And these are the people making choices for you. So Jim Buck and Susan Glick are state senators who introduced a bill that would essentially gut Micah Beckwith's power structure, which the major agency that the lieutenant governor oversees is agriculture. And the Bucks and the Susan Glicks of the world hate Micah Beckwith.
They're only doing it to spite him.
Sure, totally. Right? Look, if a year from now, if agriculture in the state of Indiana goes in the toilet under Micah Beckwith, then okay. They're doing this solely because they're mad that they didn't want him elected. He wasn't a part of the power structure. He didn't kiss the ring finger.
And they're cronies of the Senate Pro Temp Rod Bray.
Oh,
right?
Sure. Jim Buck and his wife are two of the most powerful Republicans in the state. And Micah Beckwith has been very critical of the power structure of the establishment. But think about under these people over the past 12 years what you've gotten. You've gotten repeatedly higher taxes, bigger government, bigger role of government, more crony capitalism. Taxes have never been higher in the state than they have under the Jim Buck and Susan Glicks of the world. And Micah Beckwith calls this out. When Republicans don't behave like Republicans, he calls it out, and they hate that. And so this is their little get-even attempt to take agriculture away from him.
Going off the rails with Rob Kendall here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Are you still bitching about the mail not coming today?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I heard you earlier. I'm just like, are you, like, doing a bit, or are you really ticked off you didn't get mail today? Because the way I see it, if my mail doesn't come, I didn't get any bills today. I'm happy when the mail doesn't come.
It's amazing how many people think everything I do is some sort of bit. No, I'm really this messed up. Okay, I'm really this neurotic.
Because of the president, Jimmy Carter, and
Yes.
his funeral today.
Mail's canceled. Okay,
Yeah.
First of all, Jimmy Carter's been dead for 2 weeks now. He was 9 million years old to begin with. This wasn't the Kennedy assassination. It's like nobody saw this coming. And he was a horrible president. Why is my mail getting disrupted? Because one of the worst presidents in American history, who lived to be 9,000 years old, passed away. It was 2 weeks ago. Aren't we past it at this point?
So is the timing the issue for you? Had they had
Wow.
a national day of mourning, like the day after his death, would you have been all right with that? Or are you just ticked off that dude's been dead for 2 weeks? Why are we canceling the mail for this one day? And what are you getting in the mail that makes you so excited to go to the mailbox? I've got so many questions, Rob.
Ever since I was a little boy, getting the mail each day was one of my favorite things to do because you never know what's in there.
It's always bills. Every day, Rob, it's bills.
But even if it is, it's a little Easter egg. It's something
No,
new
it's not.
to see. Something new to see. And
look, I got a bill. Oh, it's the light bill. It's the water bill. I can't wait.
When I was a kid, I would rush home because I always lived close enough to whatever school I went to that I could walk. So I'd be the first person who would get home, or during the summertime I was home. And I would just look forward with great enthusiasm to seeing the mailman. Like, the mailman delivered power. He was this power. He delivered information. He delivered stuff. And I used to love to rush to the mail and see, was there magazines in there? Were there coupons in there? And as an adult, and we loved the mailman. The Hammer and Nigel's, the official mailman of the Hammer and Nigel show is my mailman.
Justin, yes, who's been bellied up at a bar since noon getting ready for the Notre Dame game, yes. So,
Seeing
He's
Justin,
really mourning Jimmy Carter today.
I get great thrill out of seeing Justin walk across the front window and knowing he's putting the, or whether it's the substitute, Beardy, the substitute, he's great too.
So when Justin delivers a property tax bill to you, are you still breakdancing at your Casa de Kendall in
I'm
Brownsburg?
not happy about all the mail, but it's just something that has continued from my childhood, that I love opening that mailbox each day, and you never know what's going to pop out at you. And
What's wrong with you?
My dad is my neighbor, and so sometimes I will still get things sent there. And so not only will I open my own mailbox, I will then text my dad, did I get any mail today? And so it's just something I look forward to every single day. And I won't get it today because of Jimmy Carter.
I'm stunned.
I have no idea what's wrong with you, but I feel like we need to have another segment to get into this.
Like, as a kid, you didn't look forward to opening the mailbox and seeing what was in the mail?
No.
Nah, not at all.
No, not at all. Come back for one more break.
Absolutely.
We're going off the rails with Rob Kendall. He loves the mail. He's off the rails. We're coming up next.
After this hypnosis, I want to eat good food.
Since August, I can honestly say I have not had one potato chip.
It was life-changing for me.
And I don't think about desserts like I used to.
Bridget, how much have you lost now?
I had lost a total of 83 pounds.
Holy cow.
It's easy, it's fun, very relaxing, and very successful.
And I would just say go for it.
What are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick Seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking guaranteed. Early bird special only $49.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Seminar Thursday, January 23rd at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Indianapolis Northeast and Noblesville. Weight loss seminar 5:30, stop smoking seminar 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 25th at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss seminar 11 a.m., stop smoking seminar 2 p.m. Registration 30 minutes before. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. My wife and I have mattresses for us, for our kids, furniture, outdoor furniture, indoor furniture. And now through Monday, by the way, it's Thompson Furniture and Mattresses New Year's mattress sale. Every Tempur-Pedic, every Nectar, every Stearns & Foster, they guarantee the lowest price, up to 4 years interest-free financing. And don't forget, free delivery. The sale ends Monday.
Located in Columbus, Thompson Furniture and Mattress, owned and operated by the same family since 1927. And while everybody else is jacking up their prices, Thompson Furniture and Mattress still offer free delivery and setup if you live within 75 miles of their store. These guys support what we do here at the Hammer and Nigel Show, so next time you need a couch or a love seat or one of their awesome Tempur-Pedic mattresses, Go down to Columbus. Thompson Furniture and Mattress. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth. Since 1868. Member FDIC.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Don't stress about plumbing repairs. Call LD Smith for honest advice and a free second opinion on any estimate.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
It's time to ditch big wireless. Pure Talk gives you unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month on their 5G network. Dial pound 250 and say keyword switch now to save 50% off your first month.
B is offering one bath remodel for as low as $99 a month or get 2 bath remodels for as low as $249 a month. Call now to schedule that free in-home design consultation.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Can you come get me? I'll be lying on the floor.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Brian Regan, January 9th at Clues Memorial Hall.
More info online at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
All right, crash westbound 70 west side before Minnesota Street. On the right shoulder, slow to halt. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow. 86th Street up to 865. Eastbound 465, loaded after Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65, stop and go MLK to Meridian Penn, and eastbound 70, slow from Harding into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
24 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back with Rob Kendall here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. So, if I understand this correctly, I just want to go back to a conversation we had previously.
Yes.
If you were to go home and your lovely wife answers the door and she's got lingerie on, maybe it's one of those whipped cream bikinis like they did in Varsity Blues, or you see the mailman coming down putting property tax bills in your mailbox, those two feelings are mutual to you.
I'm not saying that, but also my wife knows I like getting the mail, so she knows not to get the mail. She gets packages or whatever. Those are hers. She knows the mail. That is something I look forward to each day, is opening that mailbox. It's like, surprise, what's going to pop out at me? It could be anything.
Rod's very upset that the mail was canceled today.
Well, you know this,
Jimmy
Nigel.
Carter.
You have a little text thread with the mail people, and they're notifying me. You know who also looks forward to the mail?
It's his friend. It's not because he's the mailman. Like
Justin.
If his buddy Justin all of a sudden became a chef, I'm sure he would probably still have a text thread. It's not because I'm on threads with the mailman.
Boy, but when Nigel included me a couple times, I did feel that way because the mailman is a very important part of our society.
You were Steve Martin in The Jerk when he got in the phone book, weren't you?
Here's the thing, but they also know my dad feels the same way about the mail that I do, that he looks forward to the mail. We are two of Justin's favorite, most loyal customers because, you know what we have? We have respect for the mail, and there's not enough respect for the mail in this country. The mail people are treated horribly of things that are no fault of their own, and Justin is a total patriot, and man, he is fast with that mail every single day.
I feel like I'm talking to Newman from Seinfeld.
I know,
over here.
right? I'm going to send Rob a letter of nothing but shaved pubes in there. See how you like that, kid.
You guys act like you're surprised that I feel this way about something.
No, I mean, you're right. I shouldn't be surprised at how neurotic you are. I just didn't think the mail was something that caused your pants to get a little shorter.
There are very few things that thread our lives together, like that happened in your childhood, and you can say it is the same today as it was then. We're in an ever-changing world, and the one thing is Justin's going to be there with his USPS shirt on, and he's going to be
hungover.
And he's always going to have some funny thing to say to me, and I'm going to chuckle, and I'm going to wave, and then I'm going to open that thing up and see what Easter eggs are in there. It's the one thing I have. Can't I have anything?
You're so broken.
Boy.
You are so broken.
Yeah.
But we got a fun podcast.
That's right. We sure do. You think I'm neurotic on Off the Rails? Wait till you see when I'm losing at gambling.
An all-new Degenerates Next Door, brought to you by StatFactory.io, is out. The NFL Playoff Edition just dropped today.
Cool.
College Football Edition we did on Tuesday. Rob and I on opposite sides of the big Notre Dame game tonight. Where are you watching the game?
I'll be over at my dad's house. No mail to look through, so I'll have plenty of time to walk on over there and watch the Notre Dame football game.
I'll try to enjoy my favorite team playing in the Final Four, even though there's no mail today. Special thanks to
Garage Doors of Indianapolis. Unlike the mail, they show up every single time.
He's off the rails. That's Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has greenlighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-210-8808. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hammer and Nigel here. It's a new year. Time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. Lacking energy, muscle mass, or have low libido? Could be low T. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. Nobody matches the experts at Low T Center. And don't settle for a standard dosage TRT plan.
For current patients, Low T Center offers $150 referral credits when you refer a new patient. LowTCenter.com to book that appointment right now. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you